Huh?
What the fuck is So we're back on this game again. Need I say more? Okay. So if you saw last video, in short terms, we were like right here in the middle, and we're up to here now, right? So last video we did these two puzzles, right? And just to give y'all like a recap, or to those who are newer, right? Which is hi. So we did that, and we did this, right? Okay, puzzle, cool. But then we read these two things, and then I was like, oh, it's like because after doing this, I was like, oh, okay, that's it for like chapter 2, right? But then we read this, and then we read this, and then we go here. Oh my god, dude, 4 more fucking puzzles, right? And I was like, bruh. But which I would say now that we are gonna do them, but I pre-did them before recording. I did them last night, which right now I stayed up. I have not slept. It's 7 a.m. right now, so yeah. But okay, dude, I was so like eager to do this shit, bro. Like I was so like, I'm gonna be honest, like doing these videos hella get me excited, and I don't specifically this game though. I don't know why, but I just could not sleep at the fact that I wanted to record this. But yeah, anyway, so I pre-did the puzzles, right? Which for the codes they require 2. Which, so it'd be kind of lame for me to like kind of just like move on without telling y'all the whole like process. So those who have already played it and shit, like y'all already know what the fuck you need to do and shit, right? But yeah, for those who don't know, and just to give like context, okay. So the first one, right? I'm gonna put this in the most like short and simple form, just so this isn't a whole like rant, right? But the first one you could probably already guess is math, right? I figured this one out pretty quick once I understood the whole thing, right? But at first glance you would assume you'd probably have to count the dots, right? So like it'd be like, or at least this is what I thought at first, right? So with this first box right here, I thought like these dots are like, okay, like the first set of dots, right? It's 5, 2, and then there's I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dots, right? I thought you have to add them up, so like 5 plus 2 plus 8, right? And you get fucking you get 15, but that wasn't the way to like do it, right? Instead of adding it, they like I forgot what it's called, but it's called like multi-digit fucking numbers, or like multi-layered numbers, or I don't know what the fuck it's called, right? But instead of adding them, you just kind of like get every number and squish them. So in this case, instead of like adding it and it being 15, it'd be 528. Right, and that's what you do for like every other thing. And if you want to see my whole fucking like process on this shit, I mean, y'all don't have to fucking see everything, but on the first thing it was just that. I don't know if y'all can see it well enough, but yeah, and then the rest of the fucking shit I did like whole other things, but yeah. The word I got here though was error. So yeah, but the second one was actually the easiest among the few. That and the fourth one, right? But this one is just Morse code. which I just had to look up the alphabet for the Morse code thing. The beep 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 or whatever, right? Which with this shit I got detection, so error detection, right? That one's pretty self-explanatory. The third one is similar to the first one. Except here it was weird, like because there's 5 like placeholders for letters, right? And so this first one's 5, right, which is a given. So 5 in the alphabet is E, so that's E, right? And then right here the dots, it's the same concept, so like
when I lose my mind.
Or I actually no, sorry. No, here it changed. I actually sorry. So here this time you added them up, like, so it'd be 5 13, right? And then you would add the 5 with the 13, and then you got 18, which 18 in the alphabet R, right? And so here it'd be R. And then what was weird about this one was that you'd have to forget the previous number every time, right? So here you would forget about like 5. So I forgot what I did actually, but I did note it down. Like here it was pretty easy too. It looks hard at first and you're like, what the fuck, right? But it's just color coded shit. 1, it's blue. You count how much blue squares. I think this had like 16. Wait, 2, 4, 7, 9, 12, 14, 16. Yeah. And then the 16 in the alphabet was what? It's P. Yeah. And then I won't do the fucking whole thing, but yeah. And then you would have to do that for the whole other ones, right? And then that went to protection, so error protection, right? And so here we are now, right? So yeah, they at first I was hella like lazy to do it. I was like, oh my god, bro. Like I low-key, because I was like, I planned to do these puzzles like way before, because I'm recording this 3 days after the previous vid, right? And I meant to do it like one day after, you know, but I was like, you know, but yeah, they were I overthink it though. They were easy, and yeah, but let's see if I'm right though. I'm pretty sure I am, because they're fucking words, I mean, you know, but okay, so I gotta make sure though. Which one's okay? That I see. Okay, yeah. So error. Oops, I didn't mean to open the hints page. Oops. I'm holding shift, like I actually like bruh, but so error detection, and then for the second one, no, stop, no. Okay, that was right. Okay, error detection, error protection. Wait, protection. Wait, what? Okay, left, right, veritas porta, or veritas porta, or whatever. Dusk lock, break lock, dusk lock, break lock. Oh, okay, whatever. I thought you would have to go through. Okay, wait. Cutscene. Unraveling Stasis. Lavender Crochet. Middle 12 plus, bro. We're starting up with this video strong, bro. Alright. Dun. There it is. That cover is dope, by the way. And we have life. I have to lock in. Okay. What a way to start the vid. Oh, and that's badass already. Oh shit. I got that, son. Okay. I didn't lose combo there, I did though. Hella heavenly, bro. Dun 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 dun. Oh shit. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Wait, it's zooming. Yeah, no shit. That was new. I thought I was tripping, bro. That's sick. Okay. Wait, I lost life?
Wait, I lost life? Wait, I lost life? Wait, I lost life?
Oh, hey, dude. Wait, I fucking died? Are you kidding me now? Wait, what happens if you die? Okay, okay. Dude, that's like, wait, that's like the first time I've died, bro. Bro, and then it replays the cutscene. Okay, dude. No, I got it. I completely forgot I had life, bro. Okay. It's cause, I thought I had to dodge the fucking notes, but yeah, okay. Okay, never mind. Okay. I got it. Dude, okay, that zooming in shit is dope though. That's the first time I've died in the boss. Which that might happen in the future more now, to be honest, but hey. I got it. Lock in. I don't know how I felt that, but okay. Dun. Holy shit, bro. Okay, here you go. Dun. Max life? Basically. Nice. Holy shit. Lock in. Shit. Oh my god. Oh my god! Okay. That's sick. Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, I did kind of shit there, I'll be honest, but at least we lived. Dude, that was so much to take in, bro. Yeah, hey, dude, that was like, that was not that good to be honest, but I lived, we lived, we're good. 58 HP. I could do a bit better though if I just locked in more, but yeah. Let's see what's in store. Location unknown. A click, a bang, and then silence. No impact, no splatter, no death. I opened my eyes and there she was, Chiyo Sakumura, standing in the same position she was when I closed my eyes. Okay. It only took a moment to realize what had happened. They missed? For the first time since they appeared in the room, I could tell that the figure that shot at Chiyo was caught off guard. They stepped backwards and shocked, in the process their gun. Eddie was on it immediately, rushing over with lightning speed. She slid on the floor and grabbed the gun before the person could pick it up again or even realize what had happened. You will find me again. Regaining their composure, even if only slightly, the figure turned to me again. I felt myself assaulted with the overwhelming sorrow again. And then darkness. Song unlocked, unraveling stasis. The world keeper's sorrow. Cleared the third story lock. Cool. That was cool. Okay. The lights flickered out. What the hell happened? A power outage? No, that can't be. The lights across the way are on. Hold on. Chiyo ran over to the wall near the entrance to the hotel room and pressed down on the light switch. The lights turned back on again. Did the light switch somehow get tripped? Never mind that. Chiyo, look. All four of us turned to face the balcony, only to be baffled by what we saw, or rather what we didn't see. That person is gone? Eddie stumbled forward as if in a daze. I was in too much shock to say much myself. Everything everything fell still for what seemed like eons. Nobody knew what to say. In one night, everything had changed more than any of us could have ever believed. And the silence continued for minutes on end, and then hours. Chiyo, Allison, and Eddie drove me to the hospital shortly after. Nobody knew what to say. What were we even supposed to say? My mind shut off. It had been used too much. Too much had happened, and so time passed. A day in the hospital, and then a week, no contact with anyone else. The doctor told me I had to stay in Kagoshima for a while, so that the hospital could continue to monitor my wound even after I was dismissed from the hospital. Eddie, Allison, and I ended up finding a place we could rent out for a few months, and eventually Kurumi came over to join us. Unfortunately, she had to return home to Tokyo for her work, but we stayed in contact. Throughout that entire time, I never heard from this Suki. Slowly, my spirit returned, and life almost became normal again. But all of us knew what loomed on the horizon. Nothing would change what lay in store for us. The first step we decided was to go back to Chiyo's home in Tokyo. The Sunrise Foundation was a company we at least knew existed, after all, and their headquarters were based in Ikebukuro. It would make the most sense to look into them there. That strange figure that tried to shoot Chiyo didn't show up again. For a while, all of us lived in perpetual fear of them, but that fear subsided as we took the time to focus on living happily. Especially since none of us knew where the road ahead would take us, it only made sense to enjoy taking a break from all of the action. Eddie ended up getting fired from her detective position. She didn't seem too bothered by it though. She got fired? Damn. I guess because she kind of like... I mean, yeah, she did the detective work, like, you know. I guess, okay. I've been wanting to quit for ages now, but it's not really easy. In the way you grow up idolizing the police, the detectives who solve the murder mysteries. And then you become one and realize you're stuck behind a desk 90% of the time. It sucks. She ended up getting a part-time position at a grocery store in Mina Moizumi to keep us afloat while we waited for my wound to heal enough that we would be able to go to Tokyo. When Kodemi joined us, she also took up work at the same store. I've heard from both of them on separate occasions that working with a tester at the same job is a miserable experience. I believe it too. Wow. Okay. Time passed, days and then a week, and then about 2 weeks after I had been discharged and put under a watch for my injury, I heard a knocking on my bedroom door in the middle of the night. Allison? Ah, fuck. The World Keeper takes action. Is this the one we just read? Let me see. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know what happened, but Saturday magically fucking made a miss. Error detection, error protection. She protected Eddie. I mean, sorry, Chio. Made that shit fucking curve somehow. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm assuming Saturday and Allison discussed their feelings. Yes, dude. Yes. Okay, here we go. I knew it too. I was startled awake by a knocking sound. I waited a few seconds and it sounded again. It was coming from the door, obviously. Oh, who is it? It's like 2 in the morning. The door opened and a familiar figure appeared in it. Ali, what's up? I know I'm up late sometimes, but you're never up past 12 in the morning. What's the Allison jumped onto my bed. I jumped, startled. Hey, geez, what the hell has gotten into you? My sentence trailed off as I realized what the weird noises I was hearing were. Allison was sobbing into my blanket. Hey, what's going on? Are you okay? Yes, dude. Oh, the art style, bro. I dig that shit. And then there's music now, too. I'm a sucker for this shit, bro. I'm sorry. I am. Allison lifted her face out of my comforter and looked at me with tears in her eyes. Yeah, sorry, I'm just having a bit of a moment, I guess. Hey, come over here and lie down and talk to me. Allison was hesitant but crawled over and laid her face down on the pillow next to mine. So what's going on? I'm just having one of those moments where I'm incredibly scared. I know it's been weeks now, but everything feels so God. I guess it just feels like it's been hitting me incredibly late. Yeah, I feel you. I'm sort of in the opposite boat, but I understand what you mean. Opposite boat? How? Well, during that first week of being hospitalized, I had this constant feeling of doubting myself. Everything hurt so much, and I was crying so much of the time that I had this belief of, like, why am I choosing to put myself down a path that results in this, you know? But I don't regret it. I chose already, and my decision hasn't changed. I want to see this through. I need to see this through with you, with Eddie and Kodemi and Chio. I felt a tight grip on my left arm and looked over to see Allison clinging onto it, tears streaming down her face. But what if next time things are worse? What if things just keep getting worse and I lose you? I can't do that. Ali. Ever since that night, Allison kissed me. I'd been feeling a lot of things. I'd barely had time to sort out my feelings on the matter. But now that I was spending a lot of time resting, I had more time than ever to introspect, and I think I finally knew. You're never going to lose me. I won't allow it, yes. But what if something happens that's beyond your control? It won't. That won't happen, I promise. But how can you promise? It would be out of your control. You couldn't. I thought very carefully about the words I was about to say, and every thought told me to be true to myself. I'm not going to hurt the most important person in the world to me. Allison looked up at me surprised. The most important? Do you remember that night before the day at Okiwaiwachi Shrine when you kissed me? Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I wasn't thinking, and I hope you're not mad at me. It won't happen again, I
Hold up. Wait.
Allison's sentence was cut off. I put my hand around her head and hugged her tighter than I ever hugged anyone before.
Yes.
It meant a lot to me, I think. It took me a while. It took me a while to figure out these feelings because I never felt anything like this before, but I think these feelings are Allison, I think that I'm in love with you. Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Yes. Fucking yes. Whoa, dude. Let's fucking go, bro. Let's fucking go. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema, bro. Absolute cinema. Allison, I think that I'm fucking in love with you, bro. I mean, I fucking had a feeling. I kind of already kind of knew. But because they were hinting on it like hella, but yes, dude. I was wanting this shit to happen, bro. Yes. Allison fell silent and then she erupted. Oh my god. Like actually love, like romantic love, right? Like, yeah, like that. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, haha. Whoa, like, Allison calmed down and took a second to breathe. So then are we, I don't know, truth be told, I don't think I'm ready for a relationship of that nature. Not when we have so much on the horizon. After all of this is over though, I think I would want to be your girlfriend if you would be okay with that. Yes, I would. Very much so. She was too cute. I was gonna die from this before I could even get back to finding Suki. So if it's okay, I'd like to remain close friends temporarily until all of this is over. Until I can face the person I love with the attention they deserve, okay? Yeah, I like the sound of that. It gives us something to work towards, you know? You're saying that finding my family isn't something to work towards? No, I'm not like that, sorry. Oh my, dude, oh my god, bro. Relax, Ellie, I'm just teasing. But I agree, so then just besties? Besties forever. We both laughed, everything felt right. If I could feel this happy again someday, I think all of this would be worth it. My resolve finally formed there, and I decided once more my fate. For futures like this, I will put an end to this curse looming over all of us. For everyone that means everything to me, in every way. Allison left the room eventually, and I went back to sleep. Hours passed, and then days, and then weeks, and then months. And miles away from where we were, in a forest torn between two memories. Something moved, ever so slightly, brushed by the wind, and the horse began to rock once more. Another cycle passed you, and then... What a shocker. Oh. I leaned back, endless strife had led to this moment. Finally, we could refer onwards. I felt the sensation of life behind me. Funny. Given that the only person who knew how to access this parallel space would be you, the world keeper, I turned around and there she stood, the figure whose purpose was antithetical to mine, the keeper of cycles. You can take off that suit and mask. You should know better than anyone that it's not worth your time to hide yourself from me. We're equal, after all. Fair enough. The woman unmasked herself and her hair stretched downward. You know, it's not a good idea to keep your hair all tucked in like that all the time. I hope you're taking good care of it. That's none of your business. I leaned back in my chair. Sheesh, why so serious? Loosen up a little. You know why I'm here. To attack me? Surely that can't be it. You already know neither of us can harm the other in this space. Not as long as we're on the same level. I'm not here to fight, I'm here to warn you. Warn me, huh? And what would you be here to warn me of? Pray tell. I know you think your little protagonist has some immunity because she's Saturday. But I'm here to tell you that if hurting her is what it takes to keep the world in place, I will not hesitate. Oh please, tell me something I didn't know. You make me sick, you know that? Claiming that you're doing all of this for her, yet it feels like you don't really know her at all. That's enough. Suki slammed her hand down on my nightstand. Just what do you know? You never knew her. You never knew what she had to go through to get to this point. I leaned forward, my sarcastic attitude was gone, and the light streaming in from the window. Suki could see me clearly. Dawn, the fact that you say that is the reason I'm doing all of this. Let me get one thing clear. I hate you. I hate what you've done to the legacy of my friend. And I have nothing to say to that. Figures, asshole. Regardless, I'll be on my way, and know this. If for whatever reason we meet face to face outside of this space, I will kill you and put an end to this debacle before you hurt Saturday any more than you already have. Feelings mutual, buddy. And then she was gone just as soon as she was there. I must persist. I have to. Deep down, I knew that everything that happened over that summer week was merely a precursor to what was about to happen that winter. God damn it, I'm in too far now to be doubting the decisions I've made. And so I sat back and waited until the day comes that I will confront the results of everything I've done. I will persist. Chapter 2 turning /point. Let's go. Review the ending of Chapter 2. Achievement, bro. End. New ending sound too, which is just kind of weird. Damn, bro. Begin Chapter 3. Return the menu. No, we're doing Chapter 3. I promised we would do the entirety of Chapter 3, and we're doing that. All right. This time, I mean it. This time. But so that was cool. So already that's low-key a lot to take in. So okay, I'm gonna lower the volume down on this for a bit, but so we saved Chio. The gang is also still alive. We fucking we came from the fucking heavens and we made a bullet curve. We stopped time too, probably, I don't know. But we went into this space, I think that, wait, actually no, but the text was pink. I think that was Saturday, because if you look back to the last video towards the end, I think right before Chio was about to get shot, we went into the same space that we saw right now. There's a little like gray little place or whatever that looks like an office, but we went in there, but the text would occasionally turn pink with like dialogue, right? That wouldn't have been Suki, because Suki was trying to fucking shoot Chio in the first place, so why would she try to intercept her own action, right? So I'm assuming it's Saturday, because either Suki or Saturday has pink text, so Saturday, right? So Saturday went into that space unintentionally and like intercepted the bullet, I guess, right? And I guess she's considered the world keeper or where, I don't know, maybe, but so Suki is actually trying to kill Saturday because apparently killing Saturday brings world peace, whatever, right? And then Dawn's trying to do like the opposite or something. Like they're trying to protect Saturday, but in like the different ways, I think, which is kind of weird, right? Yeah, that's kind of weird. I wonder who fucking Dawn is. And that's the first person who's had blue text besides Kodami, so that's cool. And then Allison and Saturday finally get together, bro. They're besties for now. So she's like, Allison is for now bestie zoned, but for now though, she's on a fucking temporary plan and shit. But yeah, I'm glad that they get together though, man. That's cool. I was hoping that, bro. I was hoping. Like, dude. Oh, man. That's peak. That's peak. I need to fucking drink this shit, bro. Which, if you're wondering, wait, what this is, I got it from San Francisco at this one little farmer's marketplace. It was a stand. Jasmine tea lemonade. Very nice. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't drank it at all, so I haven't tried this either, so. It went quiet when I got quiet. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know how jasmine's supposed to really taste, really, but tastes like lemonade though. But alright. Real quick, I'm gonna take a fat piss. But yeah, we'll begin. We'll start chapter 3 once I'm back. But yeah. Alright, we back, and now I got chips. Barbecue Miss Vicky's chips. Cause I mean we're gonna be here for a while, so I mean I gotta have like some snack, bro. Like yeah, let us continue, my good sirs. Begin chapter 3. Bam. Let's go. Whew. Okay, that was a lot to take in though. All right. For a while now, I've been having this dream. In this dream, I'm not whole. I've been torn apart by something I can't quite comprehend. Split apart, not organically, but with brute force. I as I exist, am doomed to fate of being an observer, unable to interact with what I'm watching. A girl in a lighthouse overlooking a clay doll representation of humanity. While those I observe can move between spaces, I am signed to this space. All of this is to say, if I am in between the binary and ternary, and she is on the binary, what does that make you? Chapter 3, Frosted / Memories. That's a cool name. The name that chapter. Frosted Memories. Okay. Saturday's bedroom. Hey yo, what the fuck? Hey yo, what the fuck? My ass ended the recording by accident, but dude, hey yo though, what the fuck, dude? What did they be what did they do, bro? Oh hell nah. All right, no, okay. I looked up from my phone as Allison walked into the room. Slumped over, she walked over and face planted onto the bed I was sitting on. I looked at her inquisitively. What's got you all tuckered out? I leaned over and poked her hair. Sit up, Ellie. I can't make out a word you're saying. Allison sat up, packing. The same thing we've been doing all day. Well, speak for yourself. I finished up pretty early, actually. Yeah, because you don't have anything to pack. All your stuff is still back at home on the island. Hey, don't fault me for being lightweight to travel. I don't need much to get by. You're the one that had like everything shipped from the Tanagashima. Allison glared at me with an unserious, tired expression. Yeah, and I realize now how bad of an idea that was, because now I have to get it all shipped back. Such is the struggle with the temporary home. Sure is. How about you? You already packed everything up? Yeah, I did it this afternoon. Didn't really take too long, like I said. Maybe I should loosen up a bit. I'm admittedly a little envious of your single carry-on suitcase. Ha! Well, it certainly makes the traveling easier, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss my home back on Tanagashima. So take that as you will. Hee hee. Fair enough. Chuckles. Okay. Just then, a rather tall silhouette appeared in the doorway. Hey, Kurumi. What's up? Kurumi walked into the room. Nothing much, just making sure you're both ready to be up early tomorrow for the taxi to the airport. Everything all ready? Yep. I know you're already set. I was mainly talking to Allison. Yeah, I just finished up all the stuff that's getting shipped back is in the boxes by the front door. And my suitcases are all in my room. Cool. Eddie and I also just finished packing. Don't stay up too late. We've got to be up at 8 a.m. sharp tomorrow. You got it. Dude, airport shits are like fun, but also a pain, bro. Like I always hate being in line for the fucking airport. But yeah. Kodami left the room and closed the door behind her, leaving Allison and I in the light of the dim desktop lamp on the dresser. Allison looked over at my phone in my hand. What were you doing? I turned on the phone to reveal the game I'd been playing. Putting in some of the grind on Noise Sunlight. That's a game, by the way, trying to clear that chapter 5 update that just came out. You know, okay, first it was Unbeatable that I saw this from, and now it's Vivid Stasis, which is kind of weird, but I should give that game a try, man, because I think it's a love story. I don't even know actually, but I think it's free. I don't know, but Allison gives a lighthearted chuckle. Oh, I should have known. I felt a light impact against my side and looked over to see Allison resting her head on my shoulder. I gave her a teasing smile. You want to rest your head on my lap? Oh shit! I haven't seen that like smug smirk thing in a while, bro. Allison moved away from me, flustered. What? I mean, I was just like, you want to rest your head on my lap?
Yeah.
Allison buried her face in her knees. Yeah. I put my legs down off the bed and let Allison lay down on my lap. I looked down at her, still flustered with her eyes closed. Hey, you can't fall asleep there, you know. Dude, that's so cinema, bro. Oh my god. That's actually so fucking cinema. Bro. The art style is so fire too, bro. I love this shit. You can't stop me. I can revoke your lab privileges. And the expressions change nice, but you won't. I got this! Softly. Yeah, you're right. I guess you're the sleeping beauty then, huh? Allison opened her eyes. If that makes you my prince, I'd say I got pretty lucky. Why is this girl the literal cutest human being alive? Holy shit. Oh, was that too far? Sorry. No, it's okay. I was just not ready for that. An awkwardly long silence passes. Hey, I wanted to ask, are you okay? You seem kind of out of it all day. I guess you do know me too well for that to go unnoticed, huh? I guess it's not so much that I'm out of it, and more so that it really feels like this time, short as it was coming to an end. It's been 3 months since the stuff that happened at the shrine, and I guess I just got too used to things actually having calmed down. Because once we set foot in Tokyo, we're back in the case and anything could happen. I'm scared, but more selfishly, I'm gonna miss these few months. Even if they weren't easy, it really felt like this was a major change in my life for the better, you know? Sorry, I shouldn't dump all of this on you. Ali, it's okay. I understand completely. To be honest, I'm kind of in the same boat. My life already took such a monumental turn earlier in the year, and it really feels like we're about to take another one, doesn't it? But I think you and I both know this is something that we gotta do. It's not like either of us. It's not like either of us to go through all of that and just walk away. Yeah, I agree with you, but it's still scary. You know. Yeah, of course, but we're not facing this alone anymore. Neither of us are. You're right, as always. It's always gonna be scary, but we'll press on anyway, right? Always. That's just how we roll. Yeah. We went silent for a while before I inevitably had to get Allison off of my lap so I could move into bed. Yeah, I'm not doing this because I want to be a hero. Looking back, it feels so foolish that I was worried about that. It's been so long since all of this began, and it doesn't even feel like this is connected to Suki anymore. But I still need to see this through anyway. And if there's something awful waiting for me at the end of this, I'll face it head first, together with those I love. It was about a 2-hour drive from Minamoisumi to the Kagoshima airport. Luckily, the weather wasn't particularly bad, so most of the drive was scenic. Eddie and Konami had taken a different cab, which left just Allison and the one I was in. About halfway through the drive, I got a text from Eddie. So I got everyone their own burner phone for while we're in Tokyo. Why? We're driving headfirst back into the situation that injured Saturday. And we know now that there's at the very least some kind of organization with actual power and involved in all of this. I want at the very least for us to have some kind of protective measure here. I agree with Eddie. Whatever group is involved in all of this, and without a doubt knows we've been poking around, the more we can do to keep ourselves untraceable, the better. Wait, but wouldn't they be able to track this conversation if that's the case? Why are we talking about this in the group chat, lol? Wait, yeah, Saturday has a point. They can technically track this conversation, yes, but they wouldn't actually be able to get the numbers of the phones from this alone. Ah, okay, I get you. I've given the Kodami hers, and I'll give you 2 yours once we arrive at the airport. Just letting you know in advance to save explaining in a crowded space. That makes sense. Thanks, Eddie. Yeah, it's no problem. I put away my phone and looked out the window. We were passing through Tarumizu. The ride was relatively quiet after that, with the occasional light talk between Allison and I. Eventually, the 2 taxi cabs met up at the Kagoshima airport. Airport, sweet airport. Here we are. No, I am not letting you do that again. Party pooper. Kodami laughed. I'm still not used to you two actually getting along, you know. Eddie, you hated Saturday's guts just a few months ago. Hey, I never hated her. I just had a strong idea of what she was like in my mind. You know, they say not to judge a book by its cover, right? Being fair, the only part of the book I had was the cover, and when the cover involves that much ranch, it's easy to assume what the book is about. I'm not following along with this metaphor, sorry. Of course you are. Okay. Allison and Kodami chuckled, and we moved off of the taxi drop-off area into the actual airport building. Sorry. By the time we got through to security, it was afternoon. What gate are we again? Allison reached into her pocket to check her boarding pass. Gate 37 looks like, so that's down that way. Oh wait, hold on. I want to ride the movator? The what? The movator right there. I pointed at the treadmill like thing on the ground. The moving walkway. Yeah, the movator. Nobody calls it nobody calls it a movator. Wait, you guys have never heard it called a movator? I have never heard it called a movator. It's a movator. Look like an escalator, but it moves you. A movator. An escalator also moves you? When I lived in Canada, people called it a movator. Well, this isn't Canada, is it? Wait, dude, how the fuck did... Okay, that's random. Allison lived in Canada? I thought she was born in fucking Japan, but I guess fucking not. Okay. That doesn't make it any less of a movator. I hope you realize that in the time you've been arguing, you would have reached the end of the movator. Her fucking face.
I'm going on the movator.
Then go. Nobody's stopping you. Okay. I walked over on the movator and slid across it. Go to me and Allison stood still the entire time and stared at me. It was a miserable experience. Okay. After we reached the gate, Eddie handed us each our burner phones. What the fuck was that? Okay. They were really old. The kind of phone that had an actual numped on it. When are these? From 2008? Well, you know what they say. The best way to go unseen is to go retro. Nobody says that. I said it. Hey, that's my bit. Anyway, each one has the numbers of the other 3 in the contacts already. I've used our initials as well, just for the extra measure. Isn't this going a bit overboard? Like, yeah, it's good to be cautious, but this feels like bordering on paranoia. I don't mean to be blunt, Saturday, but do you want to injure your other leg? You know by now the danger of what we're dealing with. Yeah, but no, yeah, you're right. Sorry. Eddie seemed a little taken aback, as if she wasn't expecting me to actually change my position. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go grab some snacks for the flight. Kodami, come with me. What do I have to? Yes. Allison, Saturday, do you want anything? Any bag of chips should be fine. What about you, Sat? If you can find one, a flaming hot Mountain Dew. I've kind of become hooked on those. That shit's bad for you. What isn't in this economy true? I'll look anyway. We'll be back shortly. Eddie walked off with Kodami slouching behind, clearly not amused. I guess we should take a seat. It didn't look like it was going to be a very packed flight, so there were plenty of open seats for us to sit in while we waited to board. We took a seat and we waited for Eddie and Kodami to come back. I got so distracted by what was happening inside the bounds that I dropped my combo. Dawn, here's Dawn. Oh man, not even S+. That's gonna bump my rating down quite a bit. God damn it. I couldn't really complain though. I put away my tablet and rewinded the feed that was displayed on my monitor. Burner phone, so I could probably make that work. So she can try messages, huh? I spun my chair a bit to the left to focus on one of the other monitors. As much as I hated to admit it, I was actually trying to get used to this little space I set up. It's a little ironic when you think about it. I'm the one pushing Saturday towards the truth, but I found peace in this little hideout that exists outside of my narrative. Aha! I got the number of the Saturday Sun. Whew. Now that I had this, I had to figure out a way to actually put it to use without triggering error detection, and ideally without the roadkeeper catching on. Huh. I didn't know where she was or what she was doing at the moment, but as long as she wasn't here, I should be good. It'll be fine. We're on equal playing ground. She can't spy on me and I can't spy on her. I pulled my whiteboard around towards my desk and got to work. For a while now, I've been stuck in this dream while waiting. Eventually, I got sick of it. That's when I became aware of your existence. At first, I thought you were an anomaly, a being that had somehow entered this world from above. But after a while, I realized that was incorrect. You were not an anomaly or even a being. You were a world. You were the catalyst for my determination, and finally we are ever so closer to the breaking point because of you. Before we continue, I wish to thank you for that and to apologize. Everything I've engineered was for this moment, and that required keeping you in the dark. As we approach the end of this accumulation of cycles, I would like to finally show you everything that has led to this point, the extent of your struggle, the truth about the vivid stasis operation. The vivid stasis operation? Wait, what? Vivid stasis operation. Okay, that's weird. The name of the game too. Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Upside Down A as the title of the song. Wow, that's very funny. Okay. I knew I wasn't tripping. I was hearing the shit sounds like different. I'm gonna put it up, but I'll play it back for you guys too. There it is, yeah. There it was. Yeah, that's weird. That's a cool little thing though. Alright, so Angel's Window. I want to see their covers. You can't really see it there, but cool. Level 9. Usually the ones at the start are pretty like tame. Yeah, level 5. Yeah. That's cool, man. All right, 30 gigs. 30 gigs. I mean, 30 battery or whatever. Yeah. So, Crested Arrival. Chio welcomes the group to Tokyo at her apartment, huh? Okay. Oh my god, we get to go to Chio's house now. Oh shittings. Oh shittings. Alright, we'll read this and then play a song to take a small break. But yeah. Alright. Tokyo International Airport. By the time our plane landed, it was well into the evening, and being winter, that means it was dark the moment we stepped off the plane. Ah, Jesus, cold. You literally just sat in a heated tube for a few hours. I'm not so surprised you're cold. Do you need my jacket? I mean, if you're offering, then yeah, I figured here. Allison walked over to me and handed me her jacket. I wrapped it around myself. I would never find myself admitting it to her, but I wasn't really that cold. I just liked wearing Allison's coat. I started to walk forward towards the exit to the luggage claim, but Allison stopped me. Are you forgetting about the other half of our group? Come on, let's wait for them. Oh shit, you're so right. It totally slipped my mind. Damn. How the hell did that slip here? I think the last few months of doing absolutely nothing have made you even denser, actually. I laughed and we leaned against the glass wall with our carry-on bags. Indeed, it had been months, many months of resting. Not so much while waiting for my leg to heal up, as the wound had mostly healed up about as well as it was going to within the first month. Instead, we had to spend most of the time working just to get the funds to make the very trip we had just begun. We'd spent day after day, week after week, and month after month, saving up just enough to allow us a month in Tokyo. All of us figured that would be enough time to accomplish whatever it was we were going to accomplish here. I found myself wondering I found myself wondering what the next month would have in store for us after the commotion that was the first few days in Mino Moizumi, or Mina Mioizumi, yeah. The topic of what had happened was tread around very carefully. Nobody knew what to say for a while. Eventually, though, we all agreed that spreading some time in Tokyo would be beneficial to all of us. Both for the reason of giving us something to take our minds off of everything that had happened, and also to do something further investigation into that very same everything. Yeah, okay. That was so hard for me to read. I don't know why. The Sunrise Foundation was a name that came up a lot back in those awful days in August. And the fact that nobody could quite remember or explain what it was, but knew that it was related to whatever was going on, was enough to warrant our curiosity to get the better of us. And since their website said they seemed to be based in Tokyo, it only made sense for us to spend some time out east. After a while, the shock of missing Suki vanished in a way that didn't entirely feel right. Almost like I was more used to not having her around than I was used to her being a part of my life. And then that in itself became a source of anxiety for a while. Luckily, Allison helped me through many panic attacks, and they calmed down with time. Allison, I genuinely don't think I could ask for a better person in my life. Even when I'm thinking this to myself, it sounds cheesy as all hell, but that's how I truly feel. Even though we said we wouldn't date until after everything had calmed down, my overwhelmed feelings of love for her never got any weaker. That's good. That's not to say that Allison and I didn't have any romantic interactions at all these past few months. Good. It's more like we're waiting to make it official, of course. Everyone else around, everyone else had already realized long before we told them. Eddie even said she didn't know we were a couple until after the geology museum incident way back in July. Yeah, artwork. That artwork's cool. But when I'm with her, I genuinely feel like I could overcome anything that's thrown at me. It's even more than that. I just know I can. And in a way, it feels like it's already happened time and time again, and yet. Wakey eggs and bakies Saturday? What the fuck? Yeah, huh? Jet lag getting to you, bestie. It wasn't even that long of a flight. I looked up to see the ever opposite sisters. I guess they had caught up to us a while. I was deep in thought. Hey, shut up. I had an energy drink at the start of the flight. Aren't those supposed to keep you awake? Well, yeah, but I have a weird brain. Caffeine is just a knockout drug for me. It's true, I can back this up. Oh god, she can back this up. Allison looked over me. So have you heard from Chiyo about her current whereabouts yet? She's supposed to be picking us up. Oh yeah, she said she'll be right outside the baggage claim by like 8:30. It's 8:12 right now. We'd best get going then, come on. Konami sprinted down the long passageway leading us to the baggage claim. The remaining three of us looked at her defeatedly. It's still 8:20. Regardless, we ran after her. Better to be early than late, probably. Okay. It turns out Konami might have been right to run, as all of us severely underestimated the size of the airport. In the end, however, we maybe managed to make it in time. The baggage claim was just before the exit, so after we got our bags checked, we stood outside and waited for a few minutes. Eventually, a taxi pulled up with a familiar-looking girl sitting inside. Hey, there she is, Chiyo. Saturday, Allison, Eddie, and your Koremi Nichiboshi, Eddie's sister. Oh, you're Koremi. Nice to finally meet you. I'm Chiyo Sakamura. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Anyway, Chiyo, what? Okay, Chiyo, what's with the taxi? Didn't you like driving out here? Saturday, I don't have a driver's license. That's surprising. Or a car. I'm a very strong public transport advocate. I thought I told you this. What? No, you totally didn't. She totally did. She did. It's literally so recent that you can see it in your messages without scrolling. You guys are no fun. Chiyo laughed. Anyway, my place is pretty close to here. But the bus doesn't run at a reasonable enough rate for me to be here at this time, so I took a taxi. Speaking of which, we should probably not keep them waiting. Good point, Sat. Give me your suitcase and I'll put it in the back with mine. I nodded and rolled my suitcase over to the back of the taxi. Allison opened up the trunk and slid her bags in together. Despite her relatively short appearance, she was much stronger than I was, but that isn't exactly a hard bar to pass. Savage, wow. Okay. I sat down in the back seat and the other three slid in beside me. It was the tightest fit I'd ever been in my entire life, and being squished next to the person I was madly in love with made the ride a whole lot more awkward than it probably should have been. Luckily, it was only about a 35-minute drive from Tokyo International Airport to Chiyo's apartment in Ikebukuro, yeah. Which, to be honest, is 35 minutes longer than I would have liked it to be. But it could have been a whole lot worse, yeah. Chiyo's apartment was part of a small 3-story condo. Luckily, there were a few extra rooms that Chiyo usually used as office space that she'd prepared mattresses in. Eddie and Koremi got one room, and Allison and I got the other, which was fine by both of us. Oh, did you finish setting all your things up? Yeah, not like there was much to set up. All we had was the stuff in our carry-on bags. That's fair. Where are Allison and Eddie? I think both of them are in their rooms. We had to get up early to pack for our flight, so it makes sense that at least some of us would be exhausted. You guys aren't though? I'm not nocturnal. There are times where this is about the time of day I wake up. Yeah, true. Dude, that's so relatable, bro. Because these days I'm kind of like that too, to be honest, which is kind of more of a bad thing than a good thing. But hey, oh, I see that. That doesn't sound healthy. It's not. But I'm not your caretaker, so I won't pry. Appreciated. My sleep schedule is already enough of a hassle. Haha. You guys want to sit down in the living room and chat for a bit? Yeah. I haven't had the chance to meet you yet, Kodami. Sure. I'm assuming you'll still be up for a bit too, right? That's Saturday. Yeah, of course. I'll join you guys in a minute. Let me just go check on Allison first. Sure thing. Chio, they're gonna talk about him, huh? Chio and Kodami walked down the short hallway to the living room, and I started walking up the stairs to the bedrooms that Chio was letting us stay in. Oh, I thought they were gonna like do some fucking like, okay. I slowly opened the door to the room Allison and I were staying in, and sure enough, Allison lay inside, passed out cold. ... I backed out of the room slowly, but then I heard a soft voice from below me. Saturday or whatever. I said that so it's fucking weird, but yeah. I looked back and Allison had one of her eyes open, looking at me. Huh? What's up, Allie? Can you do me a solid and fill up that glass with water? I don't have the energy to get up and do it myself right now. She pointed at the empty glass on the nightstand beside her bed. I laughed. Of course I can, hold tight. I grabbed the glass and walked over to the adjacent bathroom and filled it up with what? With the fucking bathroom water, hella fucked. Then I brought it back to the bedside and leaned down to place it on the nightstand. Thanks, Saturn. Love you. Blah. I also caught off guard by Allie's sleep talking. I don't even think she realized what she was saying and would probably forget by the morning. I regained my composure and smiled, and then hesitated for a second before I left the room. Love you too, Allie. Get some rest, okay? That's the dude. That's the first time that Sprite has had her eyes closed. Like, I think anyway, right? Or am I tripping? Closing the door, I stood in the hallway for a solid few minutes to wait for myself to stop blushing before I went back downstairs. Yes, bro. Holy shit. Okay. Chio and Kodami and I sat in the living room for the next half hour talking about life and had been talking about how life had been the past few months. I felt the sense of almost familiarity, whatever. Why are words with familiarity? I don't know why that word is so hard for me. It's weird. But I mean, it didn't say it there because it didn't have an R. But yeah, no. Okay. Growing up, I had always been the loner, aside from the few friends I'd had. And even then, aside from Allison, none of my friends felt super close to me in a sense. But now I felt like I really found the people I loved and that I would do anything to protect. Soon enough, Kodami went to bed and Chio followed. I sat in the living room alone for a few minutes before retiring for the night myself. We had agreed to spend a few days out enjoying the city before doing any kind of thinking about the Sunrise Foundation. And I don't want to be even remotely tired for that. Holy shit. I'd wanted to go to Tokyo for a long time, and I wasn't about to pass up the chance I'd been given. Question mark. Huh, wait, what? Didn't I live in Tokyo at one point? Frosted Memories, dude, so that's where it plays in, bro. Damn. Wait, no, dude. That's actually kind of like scary. Wait, what's down there? Okay. Episode XX World Breaker data incompatible. Huh. We'll check that out at the end. Yeah, we'll check that out at the end. Yeah. That's weird. That's pretty fucking weird. Alright, we unlocked everything there though. Alright. Oh, let's play a song, shall we? Just a small intermission. A small intermission, man. Hey, to that one commentator, this fool, I'll put him up, right? I see why your favorite chapter is this one, or like obviously I'm only like at I'm like midway now, pretty much, but I see why though, dude. I've compared to the last two like chapters, right? Like this one beats it by like a whole margin, bro. So far anyway, but yeah. All right, which song do I want to play though? Simulated reality. UTF, fucking holy shit. Okay. I feel like I've played this song before, or I've like heard it. I don't know. I kind of feel like doing this one, but it's like kind of it's too easy though. I want to do one that's more on like the chill side though. Let's do like a level 9 to 10 one or something. Like, let's do this one, sure. Let's do it with fucking. But yeah, give me battery and then let's do this shit with the fucking health bar. Let's do it with harmony. I've been trying to do more songs with harmony and I'm getting there better. Like the song so far, even though it's just the beginning of it, but yeah, I cooked there. Nice. Dun 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 bum bum bum. Bam 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 bam. Break it like A. Almost let go of KK there. Dun, dun. Good shit, wow. No, the full combo. Fuck, I was trying to keep it so badly there, bro. Fuck, no, damn it. I was gonna have mega ore there, bro. Fuck. Oh, I was focused there too, dude. Fuck. I was trying to act like hella nonchalant shit. Fuck, man. That sucks. It was towards the end too. It's only one miss, I think. Either one or two. Two, yeah, it's two, dude. Wow, okay. And I didn't get like a S plus for that, so I got a fucking S. Wow. Okay. And the X grade was somehow only okay, even though most of my notes hit were criticals. But I mean, alright, whatever. Whack. Let's do one more. Let's do like that one's 11. I'm curious as to what BPM is. I don't know why. Sure. Dun, 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 dun. Last one we'll do, and we'll continue on. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Good shit. I'm locked in. No! I said I spoke too soon. Fuck, okay. Let's just try to stay alive now, I guess. And get the highest combo we can. Or highest rank, I guess, yeah. S plus is what we need to achieve. If we get better than that, then that's even better. Holy shit. Hey. I don't know how I felt, okay. Shit, oops. Don't know. Okay. We chillin', we chillin'. We chillin'. Yo, I blinked and so much more notes just like popped up. Okay. That the end? Oh wow, it is okay. Alright, I'll take S. I wanted S plus, but I could kind of tell I was getting like only S, but yeah. Nice. That song was like alright. It wasn't like the best song, but yeah. Alright, let us continue, my good sirs. So Freedom of the Soul. Saturday, Allison and Kodami spent time in Tokyo. Oh my god, man. Tokyo kawaii. Though it was already our second day in Tokyo, it was our first chance to actually go out and explore a bit. We'd spent the entirety of the 17th recovering from jet lag and general exhaustion from packing everything up and moving it out from our temporary home in Kagoshima. So it wasn't until today we actually had the chance to get out of Ikebukuro. Yeah, Ikebukuro station. Wow. So this is what a subway station in the big city looks like. So it's not that different from the ones down south. We just never ride the metro line. Sure it is. It's all in the vibes. It's and as a certified vibes expert, I proclaim that the vibes here are totally different. How are you making that sound with your mouth? Kodami laughed. Okay. After a while, I learned to stop questioning it. I'm surprised you haven't, Ellie. You've known her for way longer than I have. There are some things about the nature of reality that I haven't come to terms with yet. Okay. Kodami walked over to one of the automated kiosks and printed three tickets, one for each of us. Okay. It was just Kodami, Ellie, and I today. Eddie and Chio had stayed back at the apartment to go over the facts of the case once more. I would have liked to stay with them, but I can admit that my energy might be a bit of a hindrance for someone trying to think something through intellectually. It was probably best to let the detective do the work, so Kodami, Ellie, and I grouped up and decided to take the Yura Kucho line to Chuo to check out the Ginza shopping district. Kodami walked back and handed us our tickets. This is only valid for one trip. We'll get longer tickets on the other side. Got it. Kodami scanned our tickets for us and we walked through. The ride to Ginza Ichome? Yeah. Station was about half an hour. The train we were on was decorated with a lot of cute advertisements and decorations. Wow, this could be the future of public transportation. These are all things we have on the other metro lines. Saturday, you just always take the bus. I glared at her jokingly. You're ruining my whimsical sense of discovery. That's bad vibes, Allie. Allison sighed but chuckled. Though the ride was uneventful, just looking out and seeing the sights of the capital of Japan as we rode through Bunkyo and Chiyoda made the ride feel like the gift of a lifetime for me. I was never really partial to the nature vibes of Tanegashima. Even I missed it a little, having been away for so long. Even despite that, I often found myself forgetting I had lived on Tanegashima in the first place. It was probably natural after not living there for a few months, but it felt like a little unnatural. Like the fact of living there in the first place wasn't right. But I shook the thought from my mind. Stepping out of the station, Kodami pulled out her phone for directions. Here we are. We can split up from here, but make sure to keep in contact through the text at the absolute latest. Let's meet back at the station by 4:30, yeah? Siri turned on for some reason, and she was like listening to half of that. Okay. Sounds good. Where are you two going? I'm going to Ginza 6. I've heard a lot about it for a while and wanted to check it out. How about you? I'll probably just wander around the streets for a bit. It's not often you get the chance to just wander around the Tokyo. What are you gonna do Saturday? I'm gonna take a taxi up to Akihabara. More my kind of vibe. That's pretty far out. Should I come with you? I mean, if you want to, but I know how to use a taxi system there. Allison seemed to contemplate it for a sec, but I thought it would be better to just trust me, which I appreciated. Wow, okay. Okay, just text me if something happens, okay? Yep, will do. The three of us split up, each exploring the big city in the way that appealed to us most. Despite the rough circumstances that led us here, the chance for a trip to the capital isn't worth wasting. Eddie and Chio could discuss them at home, but we were all more than willing to take a much-needed breather. Immediately after stepping out of Akibara station, I was assaulted with a wave of sound. It made sense after all. Akiba was the biggest electronic district of Tokyo, covered from head to toe or floor to ceiling with anime and video game merchandise. Ooh, holy shit, this is insane. Of course, my excitement and adoration tripled once I actually reached the main strip of Akibara. Even though it's full glory shone in the night hours when the streets were all illuminated by the neon glow of the buildings from all angles, the sheer size of everything made my jaw drop. Buildings were adored and signed in all possible positions, and even the characters on the sign seemed to be fighting for space just to say everything that the sign wanted to say. It was truly an information overload, and of course I felt right at home in the midst of this. Nice. I would too. I walked around in the radio building for a while and looking at every single one of the merch items that adored each of the floors, or adorned. After spending an hour here alone and realizing I was only on the third of the 10th floors, I forced myself to walk back for my own good. I ended up spending most of my time at the game station arcade. Nice. I didn't often get a chance to visit arcades, with them being less common in the southwest and straight up non-existent in Tanegashima. Damn. Yes, finally got an S on a 10. Let's go. Yeah. I spent the following hour and a half trying a bunch of new rhythm and fighting games I never got the chance to try, and falling in love with a whole ton of new games all over again. Nice, dude. That's what Kanshi's super does. How is that blockable at all? I'd known it for a while, but hanging out in Akiba had settled in. I'm definitely moving to Tokyo once all of this is over. But is that what Allison wants? Kodami was walking through Ginza, looking around at all of the towering shopping centers around her. Of course, a trip out to Ginza was a little more than a sightseeing trip for us. She and Eddie were never particularly wealthy, and that held even more true now that they were running on limited funds that had been amassed during their months of working at a random grocery store in Kagoshima. Honestly, I'm glad that nightmare is over. Never send me back to retail again. The extravagant atmosphere of everything related to Tokyo, but especially Ginza, served as a sort of reminder for Kodami, a reminder of a fancier world that existed beyond what she'd lived up to that point, being stuck on Tanegashima her whole life. Not to say she wanted to be super rich or anything naive like that, but Kodami had a habit of letting others trample over her for the sake of her own success. And you don't really make it anywhere in life if you don't learn to have the care and love for yourself as well. Very much true. Kodami stopped in front of a video game merch store, which weren't is this word again? Particularly common in Ginza. I said it kind of good that time. Ugh. Did I accidentally walk all the way to Akiba by mistake? Well, whatever. She wasn't really one for that kind of childish entertainment as she saw it, but decided to take a look inside anyway. The store wasn't nearly as big as the large, expensive department stores that made Ginza what it was, but instead a humble one-story installation into a larger shopping complex. Kodami browsed the aisles for a little while as she looked at titles of video games she'd never heard of. Oh, Xenostrike Legends. I think Saturday told me about that one. Xenostrike Legends. Apex Legends? Or I don't know. I feel like that name sounds familiar, but I don't know. Yeah. Though she'd never say it to her face, at least not for a while. Kodami envied Saturday in a way. Saturday had the kind of... Oh wait. Kodami envied Saturday in a way. Saturday had the kind of freedom and energy that most people envied once they hit their 20s. And although Saturday was her turn 20 next July, Kodami didn't doubt for a second that energy would stick around for a long while. There's a little demo kiosk for some game console at the back of the store, and a couch is set up to imitate a little gaming lounge. So for once in her life, Kodami decided to enjoy a bit of the youth she thought she didn't have it anymore, and ended up spending 2 hours in the store trying all of the different games. The owner of the store, a surprisingly older looking woman, seemed to get great enjoyment from watching Kodami try for hours to break all of the scores and see as much of each of the games available as she could on the limited demo kiosk. When her lunch break came, she decided to go and sit down next to Kodami on the couch. Hey, you sure are having fun here. It's not often you get people spending a lot of time in a game store in this part of the city. Huh? Oh yeah, I guess it's been what 10 minutes. I'm sorry if I'm hogging the machine or something. The storekeeper left and leaned back into the couch cushions. It's been an hour and a half actually, but it's okay. Nobody else really comes by for that long, and I especially don't see people using this old thing. This is like a preview kiosk for some upcoming console, right? Ha, maybe if you're living in the year 2011, the Wii U died out due to poor sales back in 2016, but it holds a special place in my heart, so I keep the demo kiosk up anyway. That shit has to be the Wii U. Either the Wii or the Wii U, cause the Wii U did come out around that time, right? Cause I got a Wii U like pretty much almost like kind of when it came out like early on. But I don't know, cause I played on the Wii U when I was like fucking like 12 or some shit. I don't even remember, but that shit was my shit back then. I think the game I used to play on the Wii U a lot was it was Splatoon, Mario Kart 8, I used to play. Oh no, sorry. I was gonna say Mario Odyssey, but that's on the Switch. Sorry, no, never mind. Mario Kart 8, fucking Smash, Splatoon, fucking Donkey Kong, whatever the fuck it's called. Some other games too, but yeah. I had a bunch of it. It's been a long time, so I don't really remember much, but yeah. Anyway though. I had no idea. I don't play video games that often. Really, the way you were crushing all those scores, I thought a seasoned pro had walked into my shop. You were having the time of your life. Kodami laughs, seemingly flustered. Ahaha. Yeah, I'm not a huge gamer or anything. I don't really have time for that kind of, you know, younger entertainment. The storekeeper let out a large chuckle you might hear from someone's grandmother. Who says video games are for the younger folk? Anyway, true. I mean, look at me. Hit my 50s ages ago, and I'm still here running this little shack. Huh? I don't think I ever really thought about it that way. I remember being a young adult. You grow up and then you think that's that. Your youthful days are over, and now you're an all serious adult who has to work a 9 to 5 and never think about anything else. Ha! As if your youthful energy only sticks with you as long as you let it. Kodami didn't have a good response to that, but she knew the woman was right. Yes, she is right, in my opinion. Anyway. Oftentimes she found herself getting caught up in the bittersweet trap called nostalgia, regretting that her days of freedom were gone. But the truth is, if you keep yourself in the good memories of the past, you can never make more good memories in the present or the future. The storekeeper stood up. You know, this thing was a commercial failure almost a decade ago, but I still have some for sale in the storeroom. This is just my personal recommendation, but I think it's a great little console for trying out new things. Never had an overwhelmingly large game library. Nobody else wants them, but they are technically for sale. Konami thought about it for a sec. What the hell? I'm not a fashionista. I don't think I'm gonna be interested in much else in the Ginza. Kodami also stood up and walked over to the counter. She ended up walking out the store with the console and a few games. Wow, it's already 4. Okay, and now we're on Allison's point of view. Oh yeah. Where's she at the fuck? She's at like a fucking... I like that their backgrounds into this game are always like vivid. Yeah. Like they look like they're real life, which they are, but like at the same time, like the characters in the game like fit in with the back. Like I don't know, it's weird. Like they fit in with the background in the weird way, and I don't know how, but they do, and it's weird. It's real life mixed with like art. I don't know, it's weird, but yeah. Allison and ended up not buying much, instead looking around at all the expensive clothes and finally finding herself at a place to sit down in the food court. Okay. Of course, she knew that she wouldn't end up buying much. She was more so just taking in the atmosphere of a place where so many people cared about their appearance and the way they present themselves to the world. So many people here in fancy cute outfits. I kind of feel out of place sitting here with just my normal jacket. Allison was never particularly one to care about her outward appearance or the presentation, and she never really understood why people would. At least not in the beginning. All of this changed when Saturday came out to her as transgender, though. Yeah, see, if you guys saw my third episode on this game, there was like dialogue that Saturday said of her hinting being transgender. I looked it up and I was like, oh shit, like she is transgender, bro, which I didn't know. But that's pretty cool. I didn't expect that, man. But yeah, damn. Thinking back on it, it's really been 7 years since then, man. I don't want to think about the fact that September 2015 was over 7 years ago now. At first, Allison hadn't really understood the concept when Saturday had brought it up to her. But thinking about it for a bit, it felt fairly obvious to her. Why shouldn't people get the chance to choose who they want to be? Gender, sexuality, race, religion, all these properties don't matter as long as the person is kind and humane. Facts, true, bro. That was what Allison believed. Good, or not good, but valid. Yeah, whatever. So she was relatively quick to accept who Saturday wanted to be. But both of them were still young, so the idea of someone harboring hate stemming from another person's identity didn't make sense to them. Truly to be young is to be more blissful. Though Allison had always been more confident about her gender and being fine with who she was, on that front, Saturday's own realizations about her identity did lead Allison to think a bit on her own life throughout the years. It was through this that Allison realized she was asexual. I remember growing up thinking, wow, all that stuff is kind of gross, and then everyone would tell me you'll stop thinking it's gross when you're older, and then I just never stopped thinking it was kind of gross. Allison had struggled with that for a long time. She had felt like because she wasn't seeing what everyone else saw, she was defective, or something was wrong with her. Saturday helping her out with her own journey of self-discovery was what made her fall in love in the first place. Even from the start, Allison and Saturday had always been the most important person in each other's lives. One might wonder how it took so long for their true feelings to blossom. Suddenly, Allison's phone buzzed. When she read the chat log on her lock screen, she couldn't help but burst out into a smug laughter. How do you leave the subway? Follow the yellow exit signs heading up. No, like, what does the exit gate want from me? Put your ticket in, and it will open and shoot it through. Was I supposed to get my ticket back from the station I put it into? Oh god. Oh yes. It comes out the other side. Oh. Uh-oh. What the fuck? With the helpless grin, Allison stood up from the food cart. It looked like she would have to rescue Saturday from the Ginza metro station. That's funny, bro. I don't think I've ever actually been in a metro, like, or like anything regarding trains, because I mean if you live in fucking California, I mean trains aren't really like a common occurrence here, I guess. I mean, maybe it is, but where I live, there is a train, but like, I mean, I don't really ride trains often, and that train, I mean, I don't need that train to take me like anywhere, so like, I don't know, but My dream though for a long time has been to go to Japan and stuff. Specifically, I want to go to Kyoto. Of course, I want to go to Tokyo and shit, right? But and Okinawa and Osaka and all that shit, right? But Kyoto specifically, I want to go to mainly because of its like nature. Cause the shit that I see from Kyoto, it's a lot more like calming and like I don't know, like anime that I watched a long time ago that used to be my number one favorite for like years, right? It's a romance, or it's like romance slash slice of life type shit, right? Which you might have seen it bookmarked on my opera fucking shit, right? At the top, it's called the My Teen Romantic the comedy. That anime, in one of the episodes they visit Kyoto to and there's one scene where they go into like a hallway where it's like all bamboo, right? I don't know, for some reason, like them being in Kyoto in that one episode like inspired me to go there myself, you know? And I don't know, the nature of it just seemed cool to me, you know? But yeah, for sure though, I want to visit the various amounts of places in Japan, man. That's my dream. Cause I love anime, I love video games, I love how Japan looks. Like I don't know what it is about Japan and in the way that it looks, but it just looks cool. Like I don't know. I was about to say I like Japan's art style, but fucking we're not in a fucking video game, bro. We don't got mods on and shit, bro. But yeah, no, though. I'm glad I played those songs because I would have run out of battery by now. But yeah, Dear My End Summer. Ooh, cool name for a song. But yeah, though, no, one day I'll visit Japan and shit, man. Dude, I want to try all their foods, their snacks, their teas and shit, their fucking and everything, bro. I want to try sake too, like sake, but like from there, like fucking organic, like type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like fresh from fucking. I mean, I don't know where sake originated from, right? But just fresh from Asian culture in general, right? Yeah, but anyway though, yeah, I went on a whole rant, but yeah. Utmost connection. Eddie and Shio go over the case. So now we're on their point of view now. Okay. Chio's apartment. Ta-da, this is exactly what we need. Chio carried a large cork board into the room. Eddie looked at her with an exasperated glare. Seriously? What? I've always wanted one of these, and your notepad is very clearly running out of space. Eddie looked down, and it was true. Her notepad had been her primary method of taking notes since she started working as a detective, and it was almost completely filled up. She sighed. Okay, one more time from the top. We know that Suki went to work, disappeared on her lunch break, boarded a ferry, went to the shrine, and then nothing. Do we even have anything else? Chio thought to herself for a sec. Nothing I can think of, unless you count the fact that the universe is conspiring against us. A fire without a source and a coincidental cave-in are kind of suspicious, don't you think? What, you think that there's a god out there that's pissed at us? Okay, she had said it as a joke, but Chio didn't flinch or laugh. At this point, would you be so surprised? It all seems fake, I guess. Or like we're following a trail of breadcrumbs that's straight just far enough from the truth for us to follow without question. That's an interesting take, actually. Do you think? At that moment, the door slammed open and Chio and Eddie both jumped Allison, Kodami, and I walked into the room. I thought they were gonna be fucking like robbed or some shit, bro. Oh hell no. Oh, welcome back. How is Ginza? So cool. Oh my god.
There's no way.
We got a lot of fun stuff, and I definitely did not get lost in Ginza station on the way back. It didn't happen. Allison, Kodami, that happened. That shit scared me. I don't know why. Fucking someone threw their trash in the fucking, I don't know, but yeah. I glared at them and then carried the bags full of apparel and goodies that we bought over the kitchen counter. Kodami slumped over onto the couch, absolutely exhausted. Allison, on the other hand, noticed the comically oversized corkboard and started falling over it. Well, that's the biggest corkboard I've ever seen, and you've organized it so well. Are these tags color coded? Oh my god, and they're organized by date followed by an alphabetical sort. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever laid my eyes on. Eddie and Kodami looked at this strange turn of character with confused expressions, while I stood in the corner just smirking. Even Chia was surprised by her strange passion of corkanization. Yeah, and the verticality shows approximate time. I have it looping from around 7 a.m. at the top to 6 a.m. at the bottom, because that's the lowest concentration of events, so it leads to a more coherent organizational structure. Oh my god, yes! She's gonna be at this for a while. I decided to lead the two of them to their excited ramblings about organization in Cork. Eddie walked over to me. So what did the two of you manage to figure out while we were gone? Anything new? I might look this up anyway, but let me know down in the comments what the fuck is corkanization, or like what are corks? Like, are they like build your own like notebook type shit? Like, what do they call that shit? DUI or DU?
What?
DUI DIY, sorry, do it yourself. Yeah, is it like a DIY like notebook type shit, or like I don't know. Okay, real quick though, I'm gonna take a sip of my tea. Hold up, because apparently tea helps soothe your throat. So oh, and it does, dude. Oh my god. I love this, but we're talking a lot because I mean, I talk pretty often, but there's days, there's a few days in the week, like every week, where I don't really like talk much. Plus I don't really talk this often anyway when it comes to family or friends, right? So, yeah, talking this much does kind of take a toll on my throat, and it makes it hurt, irritated, and dry. So yeah, but. Oh my god, though, dude, that feels a lot better. Wow, damn, it's just green tea too. Wow. Rightio. Okay. So Saturday. Okay. So what did the two of you manage to figure out while we were gone? Anything new? Okay. Eddie's side. Nothing, unfortunately. We were spitballing a few theories, but unless you have a good explanation for the random acts of nature impeding our progress, we've kind of hit a roadblock. I think we'll need to look at some of the lesser places of interest in the Tokyo area and hope to find a new trail. I was kind of expecting that, honestly. But I have good news. I got you a plush while we were in Ginza. I shuffled around a bit before pulling the plush in question out of my bag. I knew it was going to be a cat. A crudely drawn cat vaguely shaped to be huggable. I would cherish this greatly. Eddie quickly scurried to find a spot in the room to act as a pedestal for it. I'm glad she likes it. The next time I glanced over, I saw her placing what I could only assume is an offering bowl in front of it. She placed a handful of coins from her purse. It's strange seeing this side of Eddie, but it's sweet. Looking back at the corkboard, Chia was exasperately guiding Allison through every single note placed on it, seemingly running out of stamina. Allison seemed to be none the wiser to this though. I guess I'll clean myself up a bit. Okay. I walked into the washroom and splashed some water on my face. When I was washing my hands, however, I felt a vibration in my pocket. My phone, who could that be? I fumbled around my jacket in my jacket pocket and pulled out my phone, but I didn't have any notifications. Then it slowly dawned on me that I didn't have vibration notification turned on my phone in the first place. What's going on here? Reaching into my pocket again, I pulled out my other phone, the burner that Eddie had given me. Maybe it wanted to let me know the battery was dying. Unfortunately, that was not the case. The display read one new message. Huh? That's not possible. I opened the rudimentary messaging app and opened the unread message. When I saw what was in it, I froze. Hexadecimal. Is this some kind of prank? Of course, the hexadecimal wasn't what caught my eye first. The sender was Saturn Orbis 6. What the fuck? I skipped my own phone. I rushed back into the living room out of breath. Allison was done with her corkboard fantasizing and was sitting on the couch with Kotomi. All of them looked up at me. I skipped through that text message too far, but I'm gonna look back at that for sure. But yeah, Saturday. What's wrong? My phone. There was a message, and sensing that I was panicking a bit, Allison stood up and walked over to me. Come on, sit down. What happened? I sat down on the couch and exhaled. I explained the text message that appeared on my burner phone with myself listed as the sender. Eddie frowned. Yeah, by all means, that shouldn't be possible. I don't think I have to ask you if you were actually the one who sent the text. Yeah, of course I wasn't. I'm more concerned with the message contents itself. That's readable hexadecimal. Most of the bytes are within the lowercase ASCII range, ASCII range, ASCII range. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I'll transcribe it. Eddie took out her phone and plugged the hexadecimal into an online tool. It says fourth report.mp4, a file name, but this time it's a video. Ooh. My blood ran cold. There was only one thing this mystery person could be hinting at by sending only a file name. Sure enough, it led to a video on the Shrine Report.xyz site, which presented a similar kind of puzzle to the original video from way back in the summer. We spent a good hour or so trying to solve the cipher. It led to an address and a time similar to the original video. An empty lot near Shinjuku station. In the time of 8:15 p.m. on November 19th, tomorrow. Huh. We all went silent after that. It was clear what the message was asking us to do. Okay, if no one else is going to say it, I will. This is totally a trap, right? Definitely, but also one I'm not sure we can afford to avoiding. Normally I'd investigate with backup, but we don't have that luxury. Eddie stood up from the couch and clenched her fist. Chia, would you mind accompanying me tomorrow in case it's dangerous? You're the oldest one here. I'm sorry to have to involve a civilian in a situation like this, but I need backup of some kind, and you're definitely the most able to fend for yourself. Of course, Eddie. I stood up protesting. Hold on, why just you? Why just you two? I know it's dangerous, but this message was directed at me, right? They definitely want me there. Because if it is a trap, we'd be bringing you directly in harm's way. Isn't that my choice to make, not yours? True, I understand, but please, I want to know the truth. There's no convincing you otherwise, is there? Sir, are you sure you want to do this? I don't want something that to happen to you. I'm sure. Please let me come. This feels like the culmination of everything that's happened these past few months. I'm begging you guys. You're right, I guess, but I'm coming with you. Eddie started protesting but stopped herself. Hold on, never mind. But you two are gonna be on a tight leash, okay? Alice and I both nod. Eddie knew by now that the only person as stubborn as I am is Allison, and that'd be a waste of energy trying to fight us. But we also know that Eddie just wants us to be safe, so we don't usually go against her wishes unless it's really important. It's subtle then. If we leave by 7:30, we can get there at the designated time easily. I suppose you're also going to want to come, Kodami? Of course I am. My best friend and my sister are going into the enemy's nest, and you want me to just stay at home twiddling my thumbs? Not happening. My girl or whatever, yeah. Kodami's determination was unwavering, something that we rarely saw from her. But she knew how to stick to her beliefs when it came down to it. It was one of the reasons why we got along well in the first place. Very well. Until then, let's try not to worry. Fear is in the mind something. Fear is in the mind something. Okay, whatever. That was weird. And here's the last one. Damn, dude, we got through this shit kind of quick, eh? Damn. Alright. I'm assuming that's not it though. And we still have this one at the bottom here, which, well, whatever. But we're gonna look at that at the end. But yeah. Yo, why are they so much? Yo. Okay. After this, we're gonna have to play a song or some shit, like 2 songs, dude. Into the Sunrise. Saturday visits the Sunrise Foundation at night. Wow. This story episode is very long. It is recommended to be prepared before selecting the node. So this is the calm before the storm, pretty much. All right. We got this one. We got this one. We're at the finish line. Yeah. All right. Let me know in the comments too what you guys think about this shit so far, man. Let me know if it's cool. So far, I think it's really cool, man. I dig this a lot. Every chapter was good, but this one's pretty like lit, bro. It's cool. All right, let's go. All right, so we're at her apartment still. All right. We tried to take our minds off of what was coming, but it was a fruitless effort. It was approximately 90 minutes before the time specified in the puzzle video. And I was sitting on the bed in my guest room in Chio's apartment. I wasn't sure how to explain the feeling, but it felt like everything was converging to this single night. I wasn't sure if I was ready to find the answers that were waiting for me, but the video messages of appearance had made it plenty clear that I had no longer any choice in the matter. The door opened and Allison walked in. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm just nervous. She sat down on the bed beside me and rested her head on my shoulder. I'd be more surprised if you weren't nervous. I'm nervous too. I think everyone is, but I don't doubt that you've got it worse. Yeah. Also, yes, she's on her shoulder. Yes. Okay. So much of this is centered around your own feelings. I guess it's just important that I make sure you know that I'm here for you if you need me for anything ever. I think that's the main reason I've been able to come so far. Yeah, what makes you say that? She was hiding it, but I could tell that got her all flustered. She had that oddly insecure side to her compassion. At first, I wanted to pretend that everything was okay. All of those months ago, and on that day that ended in the museum fire, I hurt you and myself by trying to force myself to believe that I was doing better than I was. So I started trying to be more honest, open up more when I was feeling out of it. I've worried a little all this time that your high spirits over these past few months have been the result of you putting on a brave face. I worried about that too. It's way too easy to fall into unhealthy habits without realizing it. But when I took the time to analyze the situations I was in, I found that it was all true. I was able to live some of my most true months this past fall, even despite my life being completely appended ever since the summer. And while yeah, I owe some of that to Eddie and Kodami and even Chio, I think most of it was because of you. Hi, you flatter. I'm not special. There are tons of girls like me. Whether that's true or not doesn't change anything because I don't have this kind of connection with any of them. Fair enough, haha. Glancing at Allison, she buried her head in my shoulder, obviously not expecting a wholehearted answer to her joking question. You've changed too, yes, dude. Oh my god, have I? Absolutely, you have. The Allison of summer 2022 would have told me that there's absolutely no way we would pay any mind to the puzzle video. I don't know if you realize it, but at some point your goalpost shifted from trying to stop me from action to being there for me when action arises, and that helped me a lot. Seriously. I think that after the museum incident, and then especially the cave-in, I just kind of realized there was no turning back. That really was the turning point. Wow, she said the chapter name. Wow. I really wish you could give her some more credit. It's no big deal, so I don't think I deserve any kind of special praise. I leaned over and planted a kiss on her cheek. Hey, okay. Well, you're getting it anyway. What a shame. How do you vocalize that kind of sound with your mouth? You gotta tell me. Maybe once you tell me how to vocalize a tilde. Both of us laughed and sat in silence for a little while longer, reveling in the moment as if the world was going to end in a matter of seconds. But the peace could only last so long. My alarm went off. Time to get going. Yeah, it is. Are you ready? No, I'm not. That's okay. I'll be right here with you every step of the way. I know. Thank you, Allie. I love you. I love you too. Now let's not keep Chio waiting. Dude, that's so heartwarming, bro, and wholesome. We stood up and walked out of the room. I flicked the lights off with the switch on the wall, and as I did, I took one more glance around the room. How many things will have changed by the time I step into this room again? The location specified in the video message was right by Shinjuku Station. It was only a short train ride away from Ikebukuro. As we rode on the train, Eddie briefed us on the backup plans in case something went awry. Obviously, our burner phones are the best way to send out any kind of SOS. I'm assuming you all brought yours. Yeah, we did, but why are you only checking this now? Shouldn't you have double checked before we left? You're right, but it seems like it all worked out in the end, so there's no need to dwell on it. I could tell from her tone that she had also spent most of the time before we left preparing herself mentally for whatever was about to come. Over the past few months, I've come to realize that Eddie is much less steel-willed than she seems, probably even more fragile than Kodami. She's gotten better at opening herself up to those insecurities, but it's a process. So she's still the hard-ass police detective who isn't allowed to emo at times. To emo? What the fuck? Like we're in fucking Fortnite and shit. I looked around at my friends. The thought entered my mind that I might not get to see one or all of them after the events of tonight, but I dismissed that thought from my mind. Allison saw me tense up slightly anyway though, and gripped my hand tighter as if to say it's all going to be okay in the end. That more or less helped to fully calm me down. Though the train ride was short, it felt like it lasted an eternity. But even eternity reaches the end of time eventually, and sure enough, we got off the metro line at Shinjuku Station, and walked up into the busy streets of the red light district. The location we'd be... Where the fuck are they? Damn. The location we'd been pointed to was visible immediately after leaving the station. It was... Wait, what's going on here? I thought that it was an empty lot on the map. It definitely was. Looks like the gate to the lot is open, almost like we're being welcomed in. My uneasy feelings rose up briefly, but I gripped Allison's hand harder, and we walked forward through the fence surrounding the building that shouldn't be there. The building was tall, easily about 15 stories. Wow, damn. When we walked around the back, there was a plate near a door that made me freeze in my tracks. The Sunrise building. Hearing my shock, Eddie, Kodami, and Chio hurried over. Sure enough, the back entrance has a sign above it that read Sunrise BLDG, rear entrance. The Sunrise Foundation again. They've been all over this mystery, and now a building with the same name has appeared in a lot that we were led to believe was empty. It shouldn't be a stretch to say that something's up here. You're right. Why didn't this building come up? And something else is bothering me. The four of us looked at Eddie. What is it, Ed? Eddie, huh? Or no. When we were walking in here, I saw one of the pedestrians look at me and overheard them say something along the lines of, "Why are they going into that empty lot? You think they can't see the huge ass building for some reason? It's not impossible, as if to them it doesn't exist. So then why can we see it? Because I have allowed you to." Dawn, damn. The five of us jumped out the sudden arrival of a voice unfamiliar to us. Spinning around really fast, we saw a woman in a long dress leaning against the side of the building. Who are you? Are you? Relax, I'm not your enemy. I'm the one who called you here in the first place. I take that to mean you would be Kishu Bayori then? Yeah, that's right. I'm the one who sent you that message. So, okay, her real name is Kisho then, huh? How did you get the contact for our burner phones? Careful surveillance. Have you been stalking us? No. Are you done with the questions? I called you here because I thought it might be the time for you to learn the truth. And why should we listen to you? Because you came all the way out here in the first place. Why did you do that if you have no intention of listening to me? Savage. It's okay, Chio. So Keisha, what do you know? Do you know where my sister is? You could say that, yes. What's with the vague response? I think it would be better if you saw for yourself. That's why I led you here. The truths lie in this building. Normally obstructed from what you can see, so I have allowed you to see it. Is it like some optical illusion thing? Not that, no, that can't be right. For now, I just need you to trust me. You'll find out all of the answers you're looking for in here, so let's go. You can get us in. Yes, hurry up now. With an attitude that clearly said she had no time for fooling around, Keisha walked into the door and opened it up. It appeared to already been unlocked, but that couldn't be right. I tried to open that earlier and it was locked. I didn't hear her unlock it either. Just who is this girl? The five of us exchanged a worried but determined glance. As we discussed, Kodami, I'd like you to stay outside here and notify us if anything goes awry. You're still okay with that, yeah? Yeah, I am. I'll message you immediately if something pops up. You four ready? Haha, no, not at all, but let's go anyway. Yeah, I'd be nervous too, bro. I let go of Allison's hand, and Allison, Eddie, and she walked towards the door as I started following them. Kodami tapped my shoulder. Hey, Saturday, come here for a minute. Huh, what's up? Noticing that I'd stopped, Allison turned around inquisitively. I assured her I'd be right there and ran back over to Kodami. I know you already know this, but in case you need a reminder, don't ever feel like you have to push yourself too hard in order to find answers, okay? It's okay to feel overwhelmed and take a step back. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Kodami. Yeah, good luck in there. I rushed back over to where the others were standing, and we entered in the door, following the strange woman who called herself Kisho Bayori. The lobby, as we could tell from the windows outside, was dark. In fact, none of the lights in the entire building appeared to be on, which further helped to drive home the uneasy feeling that we were inside a building that shouldn't exist. Good, you're here. Where did Kodami go? We decided before coming here that if it came to be us having to infiltrate some kind of building, she'd remain on lookout outside. That's not a problem, I assume. Chio spoke matter of faculty with a cold tone I'd never heard from her before. Jeez, yeah. She She clearly didn't trust Kisho, and for good reason. Kisho sighed, but ultimately didn't argue back. Yes, that's fine. We should be quick regardless. I can't keep this up all day. Keep what up? You're gonna have to start actually explaining, you know. If you're gonna bring us out here to a building that nobody else can see and make us infiltrate it with you, the least you can do is lower your condescending attitude. Kisha looked like she wanted to snap back against that, but she also ultimately decided against it. Savage. Fine, this building is the headquarters of the Sunrise Foundation, which is under almost all circumstances hidden from the public eye. What I want to show you is on the top floor, which we can get to via the elevator. Sunrise Foundation, what is it really? There's no way it's just a geology corporation. It's all over this case, even from the very beginning. Of course, it's not a geology corporation, but there's a reason that everyone is led to believe it is. I think it would be better to explain it on the elevator right up. Mind following me a bit longer? Yeah, fair enough. The four of us followed her as she led us down to a few hallways to a staff elevator. Despite the lack of lights in the building, the power to the elevator seemed to be working. After a short while, the door made a ding sound and opened up. Ah, God, light! The elevator blasted us with light. It looked like light was on in there. At least we followed Kishu into the elevator. Inside the elevator, Keisho pressed the button for the topmost floor, floor 17. The elevator whirred a bit and then the doors closed. It felt as if the last thing connecting us to the world has been sealed shut and the elevator cabin began to ascend. I suppose I'll ask you outright, do you know what the Duskbreaker project is? Dusk what now? Upon hearing the word Duskbreaker, I felt a minor headache coming on, but I managed to push through. The Duskbreaker project is, well, in a way you could say it's the true purpose of the Sunrise Foundation in its entirety. The geology business is a front of some sort, hiding what the company is really all about. So what is the Duskbreaker the project? Why is it so secret that they have to fake being a geology company to hide it? Well, they don't fake being a geology whatever. The Duskbreaker project, or just the Duskbreaker, is, as it's usually called, is effectively a neural interface supercomputer. Neural, like it messes with your brain? Well, in a sense, yes, but that's not what its main purpose was. So what was its main purpose? Kisho stopped for a sec, as if for the first time she was hesitant on whether to continue. I gripped Allison's hand again and she gripped back as if to assume me that everything was going to be okay. Kisho finally spoke again. The Duskbreaker's main purpose is a world simulation device. If you've ever seen that movie from the 80s, The Matrix, or The Matrix, or The Matrix, but it's The Matrix or whatever. It's like that. Well, not exactly, just the part where it's simulating a world. Nobody was really sure what to say. What Kishu was saying was so outlandish, but all of us knew deep down that she had no reason to lie. Why we were so sure of this, I still don't know, but nobody tried to call her bluff or tell her she was full of shit. This technology was obviously very secret. I'm not privy to knowing why the Sunrise Foundation was formed or why they sought to create such a powerful machine. But the facts remain that the Duskbreaker does exist and is at the center of everything relating to your sister's disappearance Saturday. To tell the truth, even from the start, I knew that there had to be some big company involved with all of this, but a world simulation is... I didn't even know humanity had the technology to make something like that. Well, you could always ask the lead engineers, both of them are in this elevator. What? All of us jumped, though we had been less surprised by the revelation that a world simulator existed that we even thought we'd be in. Nobody seemed prepared for that one. The lead engineer on the project was Kishu Bayori, myself, and the assistant lead engineer was one Chiyo Sakumura. What, me? Damn. Everyone turned to look at Chiyo, who seemed the most surprised out of anyone. Are you serious? Why don't I remember this? Do you not? It makes sense that you would forget the exact details, but you yourself said that you had memories of working at the Sunrise Foundation. Did didn't you? It was said so casually that most of us didn't think much of it. But Eddie, being the natural detective that she was, didn't let that slip up pass. Hold on, how do you know about that? We just met you today, and she definitely didn't talk about that anytime within the last few weeks. Hey, wait, yeah, that's not right. What are you playing at, Kishu? Who are you? You're not Kisho. As if the next domino in the revelations had fallen over, all of us turned to look at Chio surprised. It's true that I have fragments of memories of working at the Sunrise Foundation. I don't remember working on any Duskbreaker project, and I don't know why the hell I would have forgotten. But I do remember one Kisho Bayori, and she was not you, so who are you? The woman who had until this point called herself Kisho sighed as if she was minorly inconvenienced. It was the most believable way to get you into the Sunrise building. I just took the most logical path. You tricked us. What the hell are you going to do to us? Nothing. I'm doing what I promised you I'd do, showing you the truth. This was just the best way to present it. So she lied, huh? Yeah, so she's okay, so her real name is Dawn then. So she's not actually Kisho. Of course I knew this would happen as well. It happens every other time. Every other time it's the cycles. You'll see. Look, I know it's a lot to ask for your trust after lying about my identity, but I'm not here to be your enemy. The answers for everything are at the top of this building. Answers about the Duskbreaker, answers about your conflicting memories, and answers about all of this ties back to your dear sister. As if on cue, the elevator finally stopped its ascent and the doors opened into a dark hallway. If you must call me anything, Dawn will suffice, but we have to be quick because the real enemy will catch on before long. Hurry along now. Is Suki the real enemy? Cause that shit would be crazy, bro. I'm assuming, but yeah. The woman who now wore the name Dawn walked into the shadow of Lila's Hall towards the end. I felt Allison's hand grip mine again. God, are you doing okay, Sat? I think so. For now, it's a lot, but I can do it. I have to do it. I'm still here by your side. Yeah. The four of us left the elevator into the hallway. The door closed behind us, casting our entire sight into complete darkness once more. There was just enough light for us to make our way down the narrow hall. Though there were doors on either side of us, none of the nameplates had anything written on them, giving the impression that this floor was not to be used by anyone. Finally, we caught up with Dawn. She stood in front of a large double door at the end of the hallway, seemingly waiting for us and the double checking something. This is the only office on this floor that's occupied. It's the president's office. As in the president of the Sunrise Foundation? Yes, this is his office. It's the first truth governing everything. Are you prepared? I stopped for a sec, almost instinctively answering yes, and took the time to steady my breathing. I grounded myself using the warmth of the hand of the person I loved and exhaled. Please open the door. Dawn seemed to understand my answer. She pushed the double doors open and invited us inside the office. Sunrise President's office, damn. The office, like the hallway and lobby, was shrouded in darkness. Dawn pulled out what seemed to be a miniature flashlight. She walked to the front of the desk and leaned against it, facing me. Saturday, do you know who the founder of the Sunrise Foundation is? Did I? I thought about it. I should know this, but everything in my mind is screaming at me that I don't. That doesn't make sense. I don't think I do. I see. Then take a look. She stepped aside and threw me the flashlight. I caught it and turned it on, pointing it at the desk where she was just leaning. The light illuminated a small nameplate on the desk, adorned in sun-related decor. The nameplate read, Setsuki Tasugare. Setsuki, of course I knew whose name this was. Setsuki Tasugare, my father. My dad is the president of... My breathing intensified and my heart rate rose rapidly. Sensing that I was beginning to fall into a panic, Allison rushed over to the front of the desk where I was standing and took the flashlight from me. Placing her hand back in mine and squeezing it tight, I breathed. Setsuki Tasugari is my dad, and he is the president of the Sunrise Foundation. Though this should have been a major revelation, nobody in the room was losing their mind from the shock. On the contrary, it felt like a lot of things finally clicked into place. God, yeah, that seems right, doesn't it? I turned to face the woman calling herself Dawn. Dawn, what's going on with our memories? Why do these conflicts keep happening, and why does it feel like all of our memories have been overridden and we're just now getting them back? Dawn hesitated, a rare sight from her, but finally she spoke. I think it would be best if we continue. There is still more to be seen. At those words, something finally boiled over inside Allison, and she snapped. Okay, I've had enough of this. How long are you gonna string us along and force us to play by your rules? Even if you're trying to show us the truth, you're doing it in a way you're more or less just toying with our emotions. Is this like a game to you? Do you actually care about Saturday learning the truth so that she feels better? Or is this all just some kind of fucking story to you? Damn. Okay, do you not have even a bit of compassion to give to her the time of the goddamn day? Dawn stood up from her leaning position against the wall, angry. How dare you? I'm trying to help you, and this is what I get. We only have so long before the world keeper takes notice of what's going on, and we get sent back to the cycle's start. Even now, you keep spouting off the shit like you expect us to just understand. But when we actually ask for clarification, you just say the answers are up ahead. Ooh, and expect us to just be okay with that. What the hell is the cycle? Who is the world keeper? Can you finally answer some of our goddamn questions? As the tension in the room clearly continued. Holy shit. To escalate, sorry. Someone other than the two arguing finally spoke up. Okay, Allison, let's calm down. I understand your anger, and Dawn, it's time for you to give us some answers on our terms. Because you clearly benefit from us knowing the truth in some way. And if you don't start actually listening, we're heading right back down where we came from. Eddie was surprisingly good at defusing this kind of situation in her own unique way. She spoke to Allison with compassion and understanding, and switched to being cold when addressing Dawn near instantly. It was one of the things I most respected and kind of feared about her. Dawn seemed completely unbothered though. She changed back to her normal serious self instantly. So fast that it almost felt like she had never lost her temper to begin with. It felt inhuman. Dawn, I'd like to ask you a question about Duskbreaker. It's the hypothesis I've come to with all of the context you've given us. All you have to do is confirm or deny if I'm correct. Yes, I can do without the deft explanation. I'll answer. Before I ask, Saturday. Eddie turned to face Allison and I. Depending on the answer to this question, everything could change, and I do literally mean everything. Are you sure you'd like to stay in the room, or should I wait to ask? After a few more deep breaths, I answered honestly, which I assume is yes. I'm staying. Please ask your question. I want to know. Very well. She turned back towards Dawn. Between all of the insane things you've mentioned tonight, and looking at the state of this building in itself, a lot of things don't make sense. But there is one possibility that makes everything fall into place. It's insane and unreal, but only as insane and unreal as a device capable of simulating an entire world is. The question I'm trying to ask is, this world that we live in, that we walk around in, that we're standing in right now, is this the real world or the simulated world inside the Duskbreaker? There's a short moment of silence. I let out a completely forced laugh. Come on, Eddie, really? I mean, I don't doubt this Duskbreaker thing exists, but there's no way, right? Dawn, however, sighed. I suppose the answer you're looking for is that this is the simulated world of the Duskbreaker, though. Though describing it as not being the real world is a bit of a false descriptor. I see. Chio, please move Saturday and Allison to the corner over there. Chio jumped at the sudden request. Allison and I were too stunned to refuse or even say anything at all. We moved in the corner of the room. Yo, no way! It all happened in an instant. Eddie whipped a small pistol out of her jacket and pointed it directly at Dawn. What? I'm gonna ask a few more questions and you're gonna answer them. Understand? And then the corner of the room right there. Dawn, however, did not seem at all fazed by the gun pointed directly at her chest. You know, I wasn't sure about the right time to bring this up, so I'm sorry this is another major revelation. But there was something I noticed when investigating Suzuki's office all those months back that I never talked about. What is it? A whole lot of books about something called the meta layer concept. It's all pseudoscience mumbo jumbo, but if I apply it to this situation, a lot of things suddenly make sense. Basically, it talks about the idea of world layers, the idea that there are dimensions above us that look down on us as we do to fiction. I can't say I understand much of it at all, but well, a lot of things would make sense if this woman in front of us was from a different world. Are you serious? Is that even possible? Dawn sighed. Not only is it possible, but she's right. I'm not originally from this meta layer. None of us are. This is a simulated world, but not a natural meta layer. Look. The moment the word "look" left her mouth, she was gone. In an instant, she appeared behind Eddie and snatched the gun out of her hand that then seemingly zipped back to her original position. Eddie flinched and dropped her composure for a second, but steeled herself back again. To you, it probably seemed like I teleported just now, correct? In a sense, I suppose you could call it that. But in reality, all I did was manipulate my own properties. Notably, my timescale and coordinate position. It would take way too long to explain how the dustbreaker works, and it's not too important for what I'm trying to achieve, for you to know the exact details of it. What you need to know is how we all got here in the first place, why we're here, why the dustbreaker was turned on. Dawn nonchalantly, okay, walked over to the desk and that belonged to my dad. She opened the drawer and hit some kind of hidden switch, and in an instant a loud crumbling sound could be heard. The bookcase at the back of the room began to move ever so slightly, revealing a hidden elevator door. Dawn turned to look at me, still unsure of how to react to anything that had happened in the past 10 minutes. This elevator leads to the Sunrise Foundation's hidden basement. Inside it is a room where the dustbreaker is stored in the real world. It's where the truth lies. I will wait for you down below. Please follow when you're ready. Dun, 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 dun. Once again, back to speaking as if she was simply dishing out the logistical commands. Dawn pressed the button on the elevator to call it. She disappeared as the door closed, leaving Allison, Chio, Eddie, and I alone in the darkness of my father's office. A few minutes passed where nobody said anything. Finally, Eddie was the one to break the silence. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. How are you three holding up? I tried to say I'm doing fine, but my own emotions took over and I got choked up before I could finish. I fell to my feet, to my knees on the carpet floor. Damn. I'm so fucking overwhelmed. I don't know what the hell is even real anymore. What the hell? Allison kneeled down to wrap her arms around me. I'm so sorry, Seth. We can go home now if you want. It's really clear that this is way above what any of us expected. No, I want to keep going. I just need a moment. And many moments I was given. Kneeling on the ground, I sobbed for a good 10 more minutes. I probably would have continued for another hour if Allison wasn't right there with me. Finally, I stood up and I turned to Chio. Chio, about your memories, have they come back yet? Not all of them, but I remember why we started the Dustbreaker project. what it was that Satsuki that your dad wanted to achieve. Please tell me, please. I want to know what led to all of this. I can't tell you the whole story because I don't know it. I'm assuming that woman has her own side of the story to tell down in that secret basement, but from my recollection, it goes something like this. I don't think I was ever privy to what it was, but something really horrible happened in your childhood Saturday. You were traumatized really badly as a result and spent a lot of your early years in a recluse, never going to school or making any friends. I remember Satsuki telling me a lot about those days. I think he thought that it would improve over time, or maybe he thought it would improve faster than it really would. For whatever reason, Satsuki was really down what it seemed to him like you weren't feeling any better as fast as he expected you to. I don't think he wanted to rush you or anything. I don't really understand the feelings of a parent though. Regardless, growing up and observing how much you were hurt by whatever it was that happened to you changed Suki's outlook on a lot of things in life. I don't know if your memories allow you to remember, but Satsuki was a large shareholder in a lot of really big corporations around the time you were born. After it became clear to him how deeply you were traumatized, he sold a lot of his shares and funded the Sunrise Foundation. What even is the Sunrise Foundation? It's clear that it isn't a geology company that we've all been led to believe. This next part is complete speculation on my behalf. I think that the whole geology thing was a part of this simulated world, and not an actual part of the Sunrise Foundation, as it is in reality. That sounds right, because I don't remember Satsuki ever mentioning anything about a geology front to me when I was working there. I only joined on to work on the Duskbreaker project, which was the fourth major project by the company. The whole goal of the company was to experiment with alternative scientific approaches to psychiatry, basically. Trying to use technology to assist with recovering from mental health issues. So what was the Duskbreaker supposed to do? It really doesn't sound like whatever it was meant to do worked correctly. Yeah, definitely not. I can't speak on the previous three projects by the Sunrise Foundation, but the Duskbreaker was meant to be a sort of VR exposure therapy in a way. It was meant to provide a safe, simulated environment for a subject to face their trauma. I don't like that. That idea sounds flawed from the premise alone. It probably was, but Satsuki was determined to a fault. A bordered unhealthy obsession. I've heard from coworkers who were around the company for longer than I was that he wasn't always like that, but I'm not sure what changed him. Dad, what were you trying to do? If that's the case, then how did we end up here inside the actual simulation itself? How do we get out of here? Unfortunately, I don't have the answers for that. That's where my memories cut off. Were they wiped? No, not like the others. I think whatever it was that happened to lead to all of this was something I blocked out of my own memory. A long silence fell over us again. Every once in a while, I felt panic creeping back into me, but I steadied my breathing and kept myself grounded. Finally, I felt like I was ready. I think it's time to go see what Dawn is trying to show me. I don't want to go alone though. Allison, can you? Of course I can. I'll be right here with you. Chio and Eddie, I promise we'll be back as soon as we can. Can you remain here for now on lookout? Try to get in touch with Konami and update her. Yeah, of course. Saturday, whatever horrible truth is at the center of all of this, I'm sorry. I helped contribute to something that led to all of this, and I can't apologize enough for that. I sighed. I don't have time to think about my feelings on that right now, but what matters is that you're here helping us right now, so I'm focusing on that instead. Chio nodded in understanding, and I took Allison's hand again and pressed the button on the secret elevator. The door opened temporarily bathing in the room, bathing the room in the light that signaled our approach to the center of this world, the center of this story. Good luck. Thank you. You too. We stepped into the elevator and watched the doors close, obstructing Eddie and Chio from my view for what I could only pray would not be the last time I ever see them. Ooh, dude, that shit was pretty long. Holy shit. And we need to play a song. Okay. Let's play a song real quick. Fuck, dude. Dude, okay. This shit's fucking getting good, but trippy, bro. Damn. So, her dad was the president of the foundation. Dawn is from another world. There's multi-layered dimensions, which they're not. No one's from the dimension that they're currently in, I think, which is kind of wild to think. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Dawn can fucking program herself to be in a different coordinate, which is fucking trippy. Yeah, damn shit, bro. That's just pretty fucking weird. Let's play a song though. Dear Man Summer. What are these ones? Cyclical Rebellion. That one also looks pretty cool. I kind of like the sound of the song. But first, I will be right back. Hold up. Alrighty, let's get back to it. I just wanted to take a cool break before we go back in it, but let's go. Dun, dun, tika, 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 dun. Oh, I forgot I had a harmony on. Shit. Shit. I already missed. Okay. Shit. Why did I miss? I didn't miss. I thought I did. There's timestamps below, by the way, if you want to skip this part, but yeah. And go straight to the story. Oh, I did. Oh my god. No, fuck. Wow, I didn't miss. Wow. Okay. I mean, I let go of the hold, but like, okay. Holy shit. Done. Hey. Oh. Hey. No, fuck. Holy shit, no. Don't die now, no. There's more. Yeah. Fuck. Oh, shittings. Oh, shittings. Oh, shit. Okay. Ah, fuck. Oh, I missed the last part. I don't know what I missed, but yeah. Shoot, oops. I let go of my keyboard there. I saw like shit, dude. If I died there because of that, I would have been so mad. Hey, Asterika, I'll take it. I'll take it. I was doing battery too, which I think I got more battery out of that. Yeah, see, I went from like 42 or like whatever, however much I had to that much. So, hey, nice. Sorry. Bam. Let's go. Altercation. The truth is seen. I don't know. Sorry. The truth is seen. Yeah, okay. So we did that, and now What I'm wondering, is there not a puzzle in this, or what? Or like, nah, surely, right? Because I mean, it'd be kind of weird if it didn't have a fucking puzzle. I feel like it is, but yeah. Hidden elevator though. Okay. As we rode down the elevator, I felt a large amount of energy leave my body, and I leaned on Allison's shoulder. Sorry, I'm just tired. I can't blame you, but you're doing really good, you know? I'm really proud of you. You're doing really well yourself. It's almost like nothing phases you. Nah, it's a lot to take in. I think I just process stuff way more internally than you do. Not that being external about it is at all a bad thing. It's just different, you know? Yeah, I get you. The elevator plummeted into the depths of the unexisting building. It was a long ride. Finally, the elevator came to a stop and the doors opened into a dark hall. The same exact hall. Ooh. The basement hallway of the Sunrise building, though it was as dark as the other halls we traversed on our way up to the 17th floor, had a completely different atmosphere. It looked like a hall you might see in a horror video game, like Silent Hill. Wow, hella ass and shit. Okay. As Allison and I walked along the dark hall, our footsteps reverberated across all the walls as if judging us for being in a place we should never have ventured. But we were here, and we weren't turning back until we found the horrible truth that this place housed. At the end of the hall was a single door. The woman who had turned our lives upside down in just a single night was standing in front of it, waiting. Dawn opened her mouth as if to say something along the lines of, "Took you long enough getting here," but decided against it. I'm running out of time. The World Keeper has noticed what I'm trying to do. Who is the World Keeper? Pretty much my polar opposite. I'm here to guide you to the truth, and she's here to prevent you from finding it. I don't have time to explain more. I'm sorry. At this, the figure of Dawn began to flicker and glitch out. It looked as if she was disappearing from the world itself. Saturday. Inside is the truth at the center of everything. It doesn't explain all of the questions, but it's the biggest answer. It will be hard to face. But please, for your own sake, you have to. Dawn was no longer present in the room. It looked like she had been torn apart from the world itself, but given everything we've learned, that doesn't seem right. She's probably been relocated by whatever that World Keeper thing is. Allison and I stood in silence for a bit, waiting for her to come back, but she never did. Do we go inside? I don't know. As if that was really a question, I placed my hand on the rusted door handle and turned it. The light of truth seeped out of the room. In another place, a violent shaped shadow morphed into the fabric of the environment. Location unknown. Who the yeah, this looks exactly like Dawn, but like, yeah, it's like the polar opposite, you know, like, damn. I figured you'd catch on sooner or later. Ooh. On the other side of the room, the World Keeper stood, anger adorning her face. It's Suki. So that's Suki, huh? What the hell do you think you're doing? She has a big resemblance to Saturday, bro. Damn. Why are you surprised? I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm fulfilling the reason I exist. And you thought I would just sit here and let you put her through that? No, but I knew I could keep you busy long enough to give me a head start. And then she fucking winks. don't give me that shit. At her furious words, Suki swung her hand around her back. A large group of energy particles formed around it, and a long glowing shape took form. It was a scythe formed of resilience to protect the order of the world. A weapon used to reap death, being wielded by death itself. Okay. This cycle ends here. Oh, now it's my turn to say my lines. Dawn raised her own arm, and in it, particles of narrative resilience to face the truth gathered in her hand. formed a much shorter but equally powerful weapon. It was a pistol small but just as effective, like a detective might use. Dawn twirled it around and landed its aim of fire square on Suki's chest. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's a bad idea to bring a scythe to a gunfight? Ooh, damn. Hold up. The opening move was made. One shot fired. Of course, that bullet was never gonna hit anything other than the wall. But someone has to make the first move. That's badass, bro. Suki flew into the air gracefully, but with an offensive intent rather than defensive. She brought her sight down towards where Dawn was standing. Dawn dodged out of the way just in time, like she had done so many times before. The fighting continued. Seconds go by, minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, years, full cycles, most not even reaching this point in the narrative. Slight alterations in the altercation, subtle movement changes, but the screenplay remains the same each time. After all, there's no need to sweat the small details. There isn't even any need to describe the details at all. After all, this couldn't matter to them anymore. Surely you realize by now that all of this will never end. It was just a game, a cruel game of eternity that neither player could leave. That's badass, by the way, the background. Then what do you suggest we do? Liberator. We can't just abandon our purposes and give up everything we know. The World Keeper. Blissful ignorance personified. The Liberator. Determination of freedom personified. The idea is given life, if you could even call it that. No, this was not life. This was far worse than life. Far worse than even death. It was infinity, an infinity that could never escape. Fated to battle each other. The only other one who shared this infinity with them. Back in the basement of the Sunrise building, Saturday and Allison entered the room only lit by the light of the worn-out computer monitor. It's some kind of log? No, don't read that. Stop. Staring down the truth, Saturday read. She read and read and read. She sobbed. She screamed. Only Allison was there to comfort her. Why? Who put us in this fucked up eternity? I want out. Please, just any kind of miracle. I don't care who. I don't care what. At some point, Suki's voice had started coming out of Dawn's mouth. No, it was more than that. It was my voice. It was also hers. The fighting continued. The crying continued. Fates forever interrupted in a Mobius strip of life, death, and repetition. Yes, only a miracle could save us now. A blessing from a higher power, a gift from the heavens itself. Whatever the form it may take, as I sat here observing, all I could do was pray for a miracle. And then everything reset once more. Team Vivid Stasis? Cheryl Stelly? Wait, what? Wait, credits? Ariel, Jacket Illustrator, Tony, Kira, 57, Deo, Jacket Illustrator, Character, Jeffrey Shao, Shishu is in this too. He charged shits in Unbeatable, but oh. What the fuck? Community admin, cutscene illustrator, contributors, boundary shouter, mist sprites. What the fuck? Transcendium. What the fuck? Okay. Surely that's not the end of the story, right? I don't think that's the end. I refuse to believe that's the end. I refuse to. No. I think this is like just the intermission like type shit. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Preview. What the fuck? Okay. Credits was not what I was expecting. Wangle line, dude. Alright. And the credits. Here we go. I'm gonna move my mouse out of the way because it's kind of like killing the fucking thing, but yeah. It appears you've reached the end. ... But it's not the end. Is this how you want it to be? From here, the cycle resets once more, and with it, the fates of Saturday, Allison, Chio, Kotomi, and Eddie enter the roulette once more. An intermission cannot breach frozen time. I warned you of this at the beginning of everything, and yet I feel as though you may not be satisfied with this end. Well, if that is the case, there might be hope for us yet. Scour everywhere in what you've been given up to this point. Read between the lines, specifically between the 19th and 20th lines. Search for something important, and then come back here. We would surely know we have to create a new future. What? And then it kicks me out. What? What? Wait, no, wait, what the fuck? Also, I noticed we unlocked course mode now, which is nice. We're gonna have to try that one of these times, but yeah. It fucking kicks me out. What the fuck? Well, what if I try to go back in? The truth is seen. Okay. Wait, what if I go back in? Okay. I'm gonna assume this is where this shit comes into play. This data incompatible episode XX. It is not over yet, my good sirs. It is not over yet. Enter layer hideout. I opened the door that only she and I could see. Light streamed into the room through it. Immediately left when I closed the door and disconnected my room from the world. I'm home, not like anyone's gonna answer that. Stepping into the artificially lit room, I placed the groceries I had obtained on the counter and flopped onto my bed. I let out a loud sigh, then I heard a quiet pinging sound behind me. Why do you always talk to yourself like that? Nobody's going to answer. Hey, shut up. It's not part of my existence to break a habit anyway. Sitting up on my bed, I saw the tall figure of the woman that paralleled me in every aspect, looking down at me with an exasperated look on her face. What are you talking about? You still haven't figured it out? Well, I won't be the one to spoil the story for you then. As unserious as ever, I see. Are you taking this seriously at all? I looked at her even in the dim lighting of the room. I could tell she wore no emotion on her face as she spoke. How many times have you asked me that question? You know that neither of us are capable of answering that. Maybe we don't have the mental knowledge of it, but you sure as hell look tired. It's had to have been at least a few thousand cycles by now. Well, there isn't much point in baseless speculation. It's a waste of time. There's a brief bit of silence as she stood there just looking at me. Sit down. It's the least you can do. The simulated world or not, we're still human. Don't strain your muscles standing up for too long. Where's the trick? Did you place a detonator on the chair's spikes? Man, if I wanted to attack you right now, I'd have a hell of a lot better ways of doing it. I don't have the energy. Just sit down or don't strain your legs. It makes my job easier. Suki, whose actual designation was the world keeper, took a seat and started rummaging through the bags of groceries I'd bought. Hey, I spent money on those. Hands off. Money that you artificially hacked into reality. Wow. Money's money. I don't want your grubby hands getting anywhere near my stuff. Thank you very much. Suit yourself. I was just seeing what someone like you would get to eat. It felt like it had been eons since I first met the woman before for me, and in a way, it's possible it had. I never had any way of knowing. But as far as my own memory is concerned, it'd only been about half a year. Tanegashima Geology Museum here at time unknown. Half a year ago, I'd been vacationing in Tanegashima when I saw her for the first time, and it was the exact appearance of my old friend Suki. I tried to speak to her, but sorry, who are you? I don't recognize you. It's me, Don. You at least remember my name, right? I'm sorry, I don't have any recollection of ever knowing a Don, huh? That stung, but it was within the realm of possibility. It'd been over 10 years since we'd last seen each other. But the more I thought about it, the more it had begun to strike me as strange that I was even seeing her at all, because my last memory with Suki was her unexpected death in 2010. Despite my better judgment, I decided to investigate, knowing that I'd likely be hurt more by the unknown than by anything I could uncover. Do you think we'll ever close this loop? Well, a pretty easy way to close the loop would be for you to just forfeit your little game, I guess, but we both know that's not happening. Sometimes I wonder if an alternate way out of all this would even be in the realm of possibility, but Suki pressed her fist down on the stone, the countertop. It's not possible. ... And anytime you spend thinking about the idea of it being possible is taking away from the time you could be spending furthering your own goal. Are you talking to me or to yourself? Suki didn't answer that. The truth would destroy you, and I'd like to think I have at least a little bit of compassion. You keep alluding to this big truth that you seem to know, but I don't. It's probably the thing I'm getting the most tired of about this whole song and dance. This prompted more silence from Suki. Tokyo's City Hall, time unknown again. To tell the truth, this was nothing like the Suki I'd known during my childhood. The Suki I'd known was on this to a fault. I think that sole fact about the way the World Keeper carried herself was the first nail in the coffin that had led me to become suspicious of this new Suki in the first place. After returning home from Tanegashima during the late spring, I tried to investigate the Tasogare family register, but for obvious reasons they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me. A Hiso Meru look at it. I was about to give up and simply blame it on coincidence, but something happened that changed everything. And what's going on there? I spotted something out of the corner of my eye, but when I looked at it, it went away. Well, went away wasn't a great way of putting it. More so, it returned to how it should be. It was a piece of terrain of the world that had begun to glitch in my peripheral vision, but stopped when I focused on it or moved my eye. Is this Troxler's fading? Troxler's fading? Yeah, you know that effect where if you look at something for a while, other things in the background either blur or disappear. That. ... Wait, who said that? Suddenly the entire world around me began to glow a bright light, and everything around me froze, turning into a wireframe. I think I can make out a faint figure, but it's everywhere at once, above and under me, woven into the fabric of reality. What? Liberator, surely you'll understand upon seeing the scenery. Ooh. Who are you? Where are you? What's happening? And then it all hit me at once. The World Keeper, the Duskbreaker, the truth about this world, the severance of emotion. It felt like my mind was going to explode from the sheer volumes of data pouring into it. I was everything. I was nothing. I was the Liberator. I was the Duskbreaker. Was I the World Keeper too? Forgotten past and potential futures flashed before my eyes in an instant. A city outside the confines of reality constraining my vision. I was Saturday. I was Dawn. I was Suki. Voices that both were and weren't mine swarmed in my mind. Throughout my visions, I see a flowchart, billions of events playing out in my mind simultaneously, or whatever. In every one of them, a meddling force and oversight in creation that prevents progress. I hate what they're doing, what they stand for, but try as I might, I can't help but feel a fondness for them. What would happen if I tried to stop her? Would I be helping the burdened girl, or would I just be a pawn in some game, pretending I'm the one making the decisions? I watched the burdened girl struggle, and I can't help but love her for who she is and feel as though it's my duty to empower her, to be the force that lets her thrive through her hardships. I see another potential future, one where there's an opposing force, a liberator. I feel fond of it too, but in a different way. I can't tell whether that's me or some other entity entirely. It doesn't act like me. It feels like it's a version of me playing a role on stage, and my body is simply a puppet for it to act through. The voices swarming around my head come back, and I clutch it in frustration. Came back? Will have come back? Time becomes a meaningless construct. A fourth dimension in a world that so clearly to me has a fifth that I simply can't quite breach. A boundary that I can't quite shatter. The world is a fractured mess, and I feel like it's my duty to put it back together. Our duty? My sense of identity is crumbling around me, and I try desperately to hold on to who I think I was, to who I hope I will be. Okay. I think it's time that I try to make sense of all of this. Between space has been added to the main menu. Discover the truth of the world hidden between the cracks. Between space has been added to the main menu. I see. Between space. Here we go. That's so cool, bro. So okay, I'm glad. I saved that for the end, because without reading the end, this wouldn't have really made sense. I mean, it would have made sense, but like not in the way that like, not in the better way. Like, I don't know, you know? Yeah, this is okay. Let's find out what it is, shall we? Bam. Between space. Who is that? What? What? Yo, wait, okay, that's not real. Okay, this reminds me immediately of Undertale, but or Deltarune, but I've never played any of those games, by the way. I should, but still. Confirm with interact, right? I think, yeah. Dude, this is unexpected. What the fuck? I didn't expect like moving around in this game ever. Alright, I got diamonds. What are you? Sunrise 101. This is the first log filed into the Sunrise Foundation's backup database. Today is June 16, 2015, and we've just moved into our new office space. Getting all of the legal hogwash out of the way has been a huge hassle, but it's mostly settled. So, provided nothing arises, we should be able to start preliminary planning for the first project. During the legal signing, I wondered for a brief second if it was worth doing all of this. Selling all of the shares I spent my life building up to fund the company, that's a big risk to say the least. This is the dad talking then. I suppose only time will tell. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Save, ooh. It's just save points. Huh. Wait, what the fuck? Oh wait, there's a, okay, hold on, wait. No, let's check out the right side, hold on. Another room, okay. And then what's upstairs? So I'm assuming I gotta like... I see, okay. What's up here? Yo, there is levels to this shit, bro. What the fuck? Yo, there is levels to this shit. Holy fuck. Okay. Well, let's go down here first then. All right. Oh. I need two diamonds for that document, so I don't think I could go over there, but can I go this way? Okay. Can I look through the trash cans at all? No. Okay. I can go down here. A diamond. Here you go. Thank you. I keep thinking you can go through the pipes or something, or like, I don't know. There's something on the floor though. No, okay. Diamond again. Thank you very much. What's over here? Nothing. Okay. Oh la 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 la, oh la 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 la, oh la la la, oh la la la. We go more left. More left. Room. Here you go. Nice. Document again. I mean, should we read this one? I don't know. Do they matter? Like, if I get this, like, does it matter if I do these matter? I don't know. Get issue. Duskbreaker 043 Road Building. Today is February 3rd, 2019. We reached the critical roadblock in the development of the Duskbreaker headset. Though we can easily construct a VR headset equivalent, the design for the Duskbreaker requires more accuracy with its simulated world. We will continue investigating possible ways to achieve this, but I'm not currently hopeful. Okay. Wow. Cool. Another diamond. Thank you. I need... Oh, that last time it gave me 3. Wow. Another room. Here we go. There's like literally no point in this. Okay. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Sure. I become enlightened to the state of everything that will ever and has ever existed. It was just a brief moment, but in that time I saw the world and every world for what it is. This is exactly what we needed. What I needed and what she will need. The 4th dimension. Ooh. Okay. I don't think I'm reading these in order, but I don't think it matters, so it's fine. I see a diamond. I dig this music, by the way. Very nice. Yes, diamond, I see you. Thank you. Ew, that time it gave me 8. Nice. Wow. Okay, let's go. Instead of going left, let's go upstairs real quick. Is there anything like here? Oh, safe point, right? Oh lord. I see, okay. Puzzle type shit, alright. And then boom. And then... I mean, there's no point in going that way, so... And then... Button. Wait, actually, what's over here, actually? Oh yeah, I don't know. Bam. I kind of like that this game has this kind of aspect to it, bro. That's cool. What's the point of the blue switch, or what's the point of the switch over here? Does it unlock something or what? No. Yeah, it's fucking useless. I don't know why. Why is that there? I don't know. Okay. There you go. Is there room over here? I don't know. Hold up. There you go, okay. Let's go, son. This has to lead to something pretty good. Probably. What are you? Oh, wait. I'm him. Oh my god. Okay. We got one of the locks down. Wait, hold on. We could do it. I was originally gonna like end it here, but nonetheless, let's keep going. Yeah. Again, mind you guys, I haven't gotten like any sleep, so this is kind of like shit, you know, but hey, it's cool. Ooh, wait. Oh, that's cool. Okay, you can unlock diamonds with while playing a song. All right. What do you say? Dustbreaker 110 test stream. Today is December 10th, 2020. I can't believe this day has finally come. In just under two weeks, the first test run of the Dustbreaker will be carried out here at the Sunrise Foundation's 4th atrium. So much of my life has been building up to this moment. I'm truly ready to finally put an end to everything that started over a decade ago. May the light of the sun bless this infusion of self. Okay. Yeah, let's play this song real quick, yeah. Apparently I've played this before apparently, but now do you get 10 diamonds for just playing it once and you can't get any more, or like, you know? Or I'm wondering, like, you know, like, I don't know. Okay, we'll see. Dun 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 dun. This music fits the vibe for like what's happening. I like it. Dun, 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 dun. That was close. Dun 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 dun. Nice. Full combo, boys. Full combo, let's go, brother. Yes, dude. S plus. Dude, how is that not S like SS plus? Alright, I don't know if that's even a rank, but I'm pretty sure. I cooked though. I was hoping I would get a full combo in this video at least once. So that's good. So okay, so why'd I only get 7 though? I wonder. Also, I'm gonna take off a harmony here, but yeah, keep it on battery. It's fine. I wonder why it only gave me. I'm gonna do finale real quick too, just to yeah, just to do it. But yeah. Oh, I'll cut this out. Yeah. All right. So for that, I got 2 diamonds, I guess, because like I did kind of shit. I'm wondering how you get more though. I don't know, but right now we got 16 though, so that's good. Let's go back down. All right. So I unlocked that shit. Okay, so that's how you get little like thingies. Okay, that's the left side. What happens if I go to the right? Same shit. All right. Am I in the same like room or something, or like what? Where? Oh, I see. Here you go. Okay. Dustbreaker 059, EDT or whatever. Today is April 19th, 2019. The lead engineers today began work on the ED/EP modules. That is error detection and error protection. Ooh, I thought that shit said EDP for a sec. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, true to the names. The whole point of the ED/EP is to prevent anything from going awry and causing any deaths should errors arise in the dust breaker during use. We've decided to use the 1028 AI framework for this. It's significantly more advanced than any artificial intelligence currently on the market. Of course, it will still require a fair amount of fine-tuning, but with ED/EP, the chances of severe damages caused on account of the dust breaker drastically decreases. Okay. So what saved us was what he is like an AI. Okay, cool. Wait, what was that? Oh no, it's just the name of the thing. Okay. Good to know. Good, more lore. Yummy. I go back over here. Yeah. Okay, so this room is pretty much done then. Unless, wait, have I gone through the middle? Oh no, yeah, I have. Never mind. Yeah, so that shit's pretty much done. All right. We got some diamonds out of that too, which is very nice. So now, oh, another one. Ooh. 7, wow. How does one, oh, I guess I go back from the middle thing, huh? Oh yeah, hold on. There you go. Okay. Put my save point right here, okay. What are these guys? Oh, okay. Alright. Where do we even come from? I kind of forgot. I don't know. Is it the right side or something? No, I doubted it. Okay. I came from like one of these sides or something. Or we haven't been here, sorry. We can unlock it, I think. Yeah, we did. Nice, okay. What do you give, my good sir? Something spicy? Multiple rooms, I see. What does... Oh, I can't go in there, okay. Can't go in there as well. I can go in here, though. Diamond, thank you, 5. Big ass fucking room, jeez. I'm trying to keep my eye out for like anything that looks like out of the ordinary or like something that would hold like a secret, you know? I don't know. I've been wondering for a while. Oh, this looks trippy, wow. Okay. I've been wondering. Ah, shit. Okay. I've been wondering for a while who I've been like playing as. Like I don't like who the fuck am I? Okay, I wanted to go through here first. So hold on. Thank you. Cycle, okay. It is currently cycle 33. So I've noticed that there are 2 properties that largely drive these cycles. Iteration type and cycle lock. Iteration type seems to correspond to the answers that the protagonist gives at the beginning of every cycle. They change slightly each time, which I haven't quite figured out the reason for yet. But basically, there are four types: empathy, sympathy, apathy, and antipathy. These don't usually change that much, but they're enough to cause slight alterations to some properties of the stories. Like in apathy cycles, Chiyo has a car and a license, and she's the one who drives the group out to the shrine. But in sympathy cycles, she doesn't have a license and is a strong public transport advocate. So right now we're in the sympathy path, or what? Okay. Small differences like this are mostly how I've seen iteration types change things so far. Huh, okay. Very weird. What if I go up here? Okay. Oh wait, here you go, thank you. Nice, I was wondering what was on the other side. Oh no, stop. Okay. We go this way. Yes. Okay. Is there anything on the right side? Like, no. Okay, never mind. Okay. So now we just go this way. All right. The background's cool. For some reason, it kind of reminds me of Amori a bit. I don't know why. Save position. Yes, thank you. Another gem. Cool. Dun, 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 dun. What? Okay. Wait, what are you? Oh, man, okay. I'm low-key like hella deep into this room, bro. Holy shit. How deep does this room fucking go? Holy shit. Oh, hold up, wait, hold up. Oh, here we go. No, wait. Oh, fuck, I need to go, like, in it. Oh, there's a song in there, too, hold up. What if I go this way? Okay. Let's stay in there. The only way to go is here, so... Just go that way, I guess, okay. Save, and here we go. Another part of the thingy. Here we go. Okay, safe position, sure. Okay. Let's go back real quick. And then over here, here's a song. Here we go. What are you though? Okay. Seraphiel. Sure. Middle. Yeah. Sure. Dun dun. That's a pretty cool jacket or cover. Yeah. Heavenly. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay. My game lagged there, bro. Okay. Thank you. Oh, I almost missed her. Oh my god. Dun, 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 dun. I like that. That's cool. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, and it gets hard. Bam, 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 bam. That's pretty hard to do, I'll be honest. Nice. Tempo going down, tempo going down, tempo going down, and end. Yeah, that was a cool song. S, nice. Ooh, X grade, good. Ooh, nice. I don't know what the X grade is based on, but yeah. How much crystals did I get there? 12. I see. So whatever I get on middle is what I also get for opening, which is kind of cool. But yeah. Let's go back. I think we're pretty much done in this room, so. Alright, as much as I want to keep going here, man, I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Whew. A lot to take in, brothers. Dude, this is like this video is long, bruh. This might be like a 3-hour video, honestly. I could drag this on longer, but and I do want to, but also I don't want to put my body under unnecessary, like, not stressed. I'm not stressed. I'm calm right now. I'm fine. But again, like, your the human body not having sleep is really bad. So yeah, I haven't slept, so I didn't know that this all of this was gonna like happen, you know. I was so used to just doing the puzzle logs and shit, but I actually like this kind of better, to be honest. This is cool, but I like both equally though. But yeah, though that's gonna be it from me. Story's really good so far, bro. Really good. I'm enjoying the fuck out of this, man. I would be enjoying it more if I wasn't like fucking, if my body wasn't like tired. I'm still fucking loving it, but like, so, you know, it's like but yeah, fucking Saturday and Allison are now dating, bro. Fucking which is very nice. They're besties for now, but in the future, I mean, they're basically already fucking dating, bro. They fucking kiss, they're cuddling and shit. I mean, bro, y'all aren't besties, bro. You know what I'm saying? But well, then again, I think girl best friends do that with each other anyway. But I think I don't know. But to those of you who are girls, I don't fucking know. I don't know if any girls would even watch this, but that 10% female viewer watch. But yeah, fucking, and then yeah, fucking, they go to Tokyo, blah blah blah. They go to stores, Dawn pops up, blah blah blah, tries to save us while Suzuki's trying to do the opposite or something, I don't know, blah blah. Yeah, and now we're here. Psychos, we learn more about Saturday's dad and stuff, and yeah, and we'll find more about him next time. I'll catch y'all later, man. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing in the comments too. Like and sub, I would appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, bye, dudes.